collect code for tonight's Facebook record sale. When you're on and watching, be sure to let us know. We're going to be here selling some records. And let me go to the back and find which crates I plan on going through. Let me find those. So who's our first commentors? Our commentator. Vintage on sale, vinyl on sale, and those kind of nights where we're just going to have some fun going back through inventory, seeing what we can find. Microphone's cut now. I was walking to the back. I hope it's good now. So I was in the back getting a crate. I'm up front now. I was getting our first crate of vintage to go through. Of course, we'll go through new vinyl first, but not before. Let me start getting this shared everywhere. Click go where y'all at. Stacy, I just clicked on my main profile to find our feed, and Stacy posted. Where are y'all at? Sorry. Man, it feels just weird doing shows during the daylight. Of course, it's almost dark now, but I've just kind of hadn't got used to this. Not sleeping as much. Just all messed up, right, Tanner? Yeah, just all messed up this week. Late 2 nights in a row. I hate being late. I do not like that. So, we'll make up for it, though. Let me go over here to my profile so I can get this shared everywhere. So yeah, we're going to be going through stuff tonight. I do have some new stuff for you in the way of probably new vinyl, vintage stuff. I think I found enough from that batch of just when we were buying insane amounts of stuff at once. We were going through so much stuff. We're going to go back through some vintage and revisit stuff and try to discount it a little. Tonight is going to be a highly motivated Chad to sell records to you. And that's what we're going to see. That's what you're going to see. Let me get this shared in all the groups I want to share it in. And I think we're good. I didn't do any kind of ad or hot post or anything for tonight. I spent, instead of pricing stuff last night or helping John get ready for me what I want him to price for me, I actually spent the night following up on all of our record leads. You know, I'm ready to go buy a new collection, and oh my gosh, you should see all the leads I have. I mean, even some customers I had in the past, I hadn't heard from in a while. You know, they decided to, you know, either thin out or let go of part or some of their collection, and so we've had opportunities with some of our own customers to buy some records. I've done some deals through the mail, and but a lot of it is a lot of people in different parts of the state I don't think I've really been to, or different parts of the country. And there's a collection I'm working on in Vermont. I like this one the most. This guy kind of already knows what he wants for his stuff. He was a collector of records, really just to transfer them to reel tape. I mean, he would buy, so I talked to him through Facebook. It looks like he bought records just to transfer them over to reel tape. And I've bought collections like this before. I bought a collection one time in Crossville 5 years ago. This guy had like 800 albums, and all through the 60s and 70s, he would buy a brand new album and then just transfer it to reel tape, and he listened to the reel-to-reels. So he had all these near mint and records and shrink wrap, and that's kind of like this collection in Vermont. That's a heck of a drive, but it's like 800 albums, and it's all hard rock and 60s rock, and it's all in like pristine condition. So that's a heck of a haul. I'd probably fly up there and then have to drive back, but that's like my top priority right now. So okay, so I'll have some new collections in probably within the next couple weeks. We still got 20,000 records in the back, probably we've never even touched before, and then an additional 50,000 from prior collections that we hadn't processed yet. So we got a lot of stuff to put out. Let's go through this crate of new vinyl. just kind of get the show started, we've got Danzig, Circle of Snakes. This is on clear vinyl. Danzig, Circle of Snakes. In the group, I've posted some on-sale new vinyl. I'm going to go through a crate tonight here in a minute that I haven't posted yet as a flip video. I'm going to show that stuff live for the first time tonight. And then whatever's left in that and whatever's left over from the other 4 flip crates, I'm going to do one more markdown on some new vinyl and try to sell it before I green sticker it and put it out here in the store really cheap for locals to pick up. So, Social Distortion's Greatest Hits. That's a 2 LP, $44.99. Social Distortion's Greatest Hits. David Bowie Pinups is $29.99. David Bowie Pinups. That was actually out of stock for a long time, and it finally came back. David Bowie Pinups. Let me take that. I actually just need to see my phone here. Nickelback, All the Right Reasons, $29.99. Nickelback, that's actually one of our better selling records in new vinyl. I try to keep up with sometimes how many things I order. Candlebox, this is a limited edition colored vinyl. It's not numbered. They're limited edition colored on silver vinyl, $59.99. Candlebox, $59.99. Johnny Burnett, the Rock and Roll Trio, is $28.99. Allison Campbell, first sale of the night. That is Nickelback. That is sold to Allison Campbell. If anybody else wants one, please let me know. If you haven't already, please share our feed. Share it on Facebook. If you're watching on YouTube, please hit the thumbs up button. I've posted a new Rush video, me unboxing the new recently repressed Rush Rediscovered box set. I think we've got a few new customers just from that video. So tonight, I've got kind of a checklist of some other videos I want to make. Me talking about what we do here, some unboxings, Chad's top 50 favorite albums and why. But some of those take a lot of time to produce and edit, and I just don't have time. But I'm going to try my best to get some more out there. I think y'all find them interesting, and I have fun making them. It's just the time. The Cars Candy-O limited edition clear vinyl. This has Let's Go and another great Cars song, It's All I Can Do. That is $29.99. That's on clear vinyl. Blues Travelers, Blow Up the Moon. This is a 2 LP, Blues Travelers, Blow Up the Moon. That is $49.99. Venom is $48.99. Black Metal. Limited edition 40th anniversary silver and black splatter. Venom is $48.99. Thanks everybody for sharing. In God We Trust, The Dead Kennedys. The Dead Kennedys is $24.99. And Fleetwood Mac, Can't Stop Loving New Orleans. Live at the Warehouse, 1970. Fleetwood Mac is $31.99. Linkin Park, Reanimation. Linkin Park is $33.99. That's actually 2 LPs. I'm just now realizing that. Linkin Park is $33.99. Dusty Springfield in Memphis. This is the clear vinyl Atlantic 75th Anniversary series they've got going this month. And this has Dusty's smash song, Son of a Preacher Man, which I think I could listen to on repeat. Darren Wortman, first on the cards. Thank you, Darren. And Talking Heads 77. This is about the only Talking Heads album we can get in stock right now. I don't know why. All their stuff's awaiting repress, I guess. $31.99. This one has Psycho Killer on it. Talking Heads, $31.99. Coldplay, Viva La Vida is $36.99. That's also, is that a single LP? It is. It feels awfully heavy. Might have a booklet or something with it. That is $36.99. Joanne Reed, first on Talking Head. Do you have the Post, Shake Your Money Maker, green vinyl coming out Friday? We just unboxed them. So I'm going to probably open one up. If I'm going to get permission from somebody who pre-ordered it to open one up to make sure it's green vinyl. Doug just grabbed his copy on the way out. We scanned it on Discogs, and it said green vinyl. Now, I don't know about a bonus 7-inch, but I know we scanned it and it said green vinyl. Of course, here recently, especially with all the Rush 200-gram, 180-gram problems, I'm not taking the word for barcodes anymore. I want to physically see it or weigh it or touch it or something. So that's what's going on with that. Raisin Sand, Robert Plant, Alison Krauss. This is $44.99. Robert Plant, Alison Krauss. That is $44.99. Elliott Smith is $31.99. Either or. Elliott Smith is $31.99. And Turnpike Troubadours, Diamonds and Gasoline. Turnpike Troubadours, $33.99. I don't think I have that Coldplay album. I don't think I do. No, I don't have X and Y, but I can check on that, Eric, because I think that one is available. Maroon 5, Songs About Jane, is $36.99. Tame Impala, Lonerism, $44.99. B-52's Whammy is $29.99. To answer Donnie and Colin's question about shipping, Doug just left. Doug is our logistics manager. I'm seeing in the back 2 entire huge carts full of mail. If you hadn't got a tracking number in your inbox, then your order hasn't shipped. He told me just a second ago, he said by tomorrow, everything should be caught up from previous orders, from previous weeks. And then stuff that was paid for this week, for invoices that went on Monday, he will also start on those. And that means Wednesday, end of Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, he will be shipping out everything that paid for this week. Now, we're kind of one man short this week. When Mr. Ed comes back from Chicago, we'll have 2 pretty much full-time shippers. And that's why last week you were probably getting packages a lot faster. So after this week, we're basically going to be able to double our shipping time. That's kind of an update on that. But the same rule applies every week. If you don't have a tracking number in your Facebook Messenger inbox, then it hasn't shipped. Don't worry, we haven't forgot about you. It's just in queue. We're physically waiting to box it up. Sabotage Dead Winter's Dead is $59.99. That's a 2LP gatefold on red vinyl. That is $59.99. Let's see, how much for Overkill? Chris, Overkill is $29.99. I showed those last night. That's on green vinyl. First time I've had that. So let's see. Yeah, we can. West Coast Pop Art Experimental Band, that is $38.99. Rage Against the Machine, $31.99. I didn't think we had this one. The other night we showed some Rage Against the Machine albums. Ordered some more of these last night because I didn't think we had this one. It wasn't in the ABC order. So Rage Against the Machine, this is Renegades for whoever was buying the Rage Against the Machine albums last night. There's 2 copies of Renegades. Naughty by Nature is the 30th anniversary 2LP on orange vinyl. $36.99 by 1993. That's Naughty by Nature, $36.99. Abbey Road, The Beatles, $36.99 anniversary edition. And Whitesnake's Greatest Hits. Whitesnake's Greatest Hits is $44.99. Walter Savage wants a Johnny Burnett Rock and Roll Trio. Was that in here? It was. That's sold to Walter Savage. Floyd wants an Overkill Feel the Fire. If anybody else wants one, they're $29.99. Chris Vargas, we have 1 left. What else did I miss? I don't think I've missed anything. Oh, what's that? Oh, yes, hats. Give me 1 second on that. White Zombie is $38.99. And Overkill, Under the Influence. Overkill, Under the Influence. That's my last copy of that one. Yellow marbled vinyl. Yellow marbled vinyl, $34.99. Overkill. So, this one didn't have a hype sticker or anything with it. Everybody said this is on colored vinyl. That's the only one available. So yes, that's what I'm assuming. Once again, these barcodes sometimes can be misleading. But that is $29.99. We had 3 people last night tell me they were on colored vinyl. So I hadn't opened one. The barcode says it is. But okay. But yeah, there's Rage Against the Machine, $31.99. Let me put those back in there. So that crate had Rage Against the Machine, Overkill, White Zombie, Whitesnake, The Beatles, Naughty by Nature, West Coast Pop, Experimental Band, Sabotage, B-52s, Tame Impala, Maroon 5, Turnpike Troubadours, Elliott Smith, Robert Plant, Coldplay, Dusty Springfield, Linkin Park, Fleetwood Mac, Dead Kennedys. This is Venom, Blues Traveler, Candlebox, David Bowie, Social Distortion, and Danzig. Those are all available if anybody wants one. Okay. Yes, so hats, $24.99. Let me show you one of each kind. We've got green. Let's do it this way. These are green and tan. They're all mesh snapbacks. We got 4 different colors with the leather pouch. That's green and tan. That's gray and white. We'll call that one camo. That one's easy. And that one's gray and black. So gray and black, camo, green and tan. We'll just call that one green, and gray and white. If anybody wants one of those, $24.99. We kind of have to box these separately, which is, I think, that's the problem with why I don't show these a lot. But Gary, that's what we have, and I've got to put in another order because since I've put them out, we had them kind of behind the counter for like 6 months. And Colectco stickers should be free with your order. Doug tries to slip those in as freebies anytime he ships out packages. I don't know if all of them get them, but yes, we got a lot of stickers ordered. He tries to slip those in packages. So if anybody wants one of those hats, just let us know. We'll pull it for you. And the problem is trying to get that in a box where it's efficient. Actually, the guy who makes those for me messaged me the other day, and I told him, I said, well, 95% of our business now is shipping. And the problem is trying to get a hat conveniently in with a record order where it makes shipping sense, especially for what we charge, which is a break-even point almost. So that's the problem with hats. But if you want one, we'll get it to you one way or another, especially for pre-existing and long-time customers. We'll make sure we get you a hat shipped. Gary wants a gray and white. Gary, we'll do it. I will tell Doug on this most recent shipment, put stickers in every order. I'll get on Mule Print or whatever that website is, and I'll order even a bunch more tonight. So I've got to start getting some stickers in some packages then. Or make sure you go through all of your box. You probably have, some people's probably thrown some away accidentally. Make sure you empty out your box, turn it upside down. I'll try to tell them to slip it in with something. So, okay, I'm about to go grab our newest Japanese vinyl. Here's what we're going to do with this. Let's do, first, Susie wants a Naughty by Nature. I'm going to go through this crate of vintage. We're going to call this a Buy It Now Best Offer bin. These are some really good records that I think we went through a couple months ago when we were buying the Bowling Green collection. Maybe only went through them one time. These are Buy It Now Best Offer. Buy It Now Best Offer. Susie got a Naughty by Nature. I'll make sure everybody starts getting that. I'll make sure everybody starts getting stickers, okay? And what else? Paul wants a gray and black, and Carlene wants a camouflage one. Gray and black, and Carlene wants a camouflage one. And which one does Jerry? I've got to make sure Jerry, actually, me and him talked about it. Which one did he say he wanted? A green and tan. Okay, I've still got one of those. Make sure Jerry gets a green and tan. We just actually talked about that. And there's that. Yeah, we can ship hats, no problem. It's trying to ship a hat with a record where we don't have to put it in a huge box and it doesn't cost, $18 to ship it when one person gets like 3 records and a hat. That's the problem. A hat doesn't fit. If somebody could figure out how to put this in a record mailer, I would show them every night. I would show these every night if I could figure out how to get that in a Whiplash record mailer. That's the problem. Or even by a 13 by 4 by 13. That's the problem. So T-shirts are easy. Fold them up. They'll go in a mailer. They'll go in a box. But otherwise, you got to get a box tall enough and then deep enough. And you can't ship it media mail because the hat's in there now. So that's the problem. Okay, let's go through this crate. These are all Buy It Now Best Offer. The Rolling Stones Metamorphosis. Now, keep in mind, these are also pretty recent arrivals. So I'm not going to do these half off. I'm not going to do them 80% off. But I'm going to show them. These are all very clean records. I think most of them are from that Bowling Green collection. Probably a lot of them you don't even remember. It's when we were going through crate after crate of amazing stuff. You can buy them or you can make a fair offer and I'll sell them to you. That's the Rolling Stones Metamorphosis, $34.99. The Best of Louis Prima, or Prima, $19.99. That's a Rhino compilation. Let's see what we have here. I need to go get our newest Japanese arrivals for tonight. Peter Gabriel, $34.99. Peter Gabriel, very nice copy. That is the Security album, Shock the Monkey. Anthology of Harry Chapman is $14.99. Cats in the Cradle, it's Prima. That's what I thought. Of course, that was added entertainment. Harry Chapman Anthology, $14.99. Cats in the Cradle. Bronski Beat, Truth Dare, Double Dare, $19.99. And if you're commenting about a hat or a shirt, Tanner's taking those names down. So, Bronski Beat, Truth, Double Dare. Never Mind the Bullocks. Here's the Sex Pistols, That is a 1978 picture disc, $74.99 for the Sex Pistols, $74.99. Rod Stewart, Blondes Have More Fun. That's a picture disc in the original sleeve and back and board, $34.99 for Rod Stewart, Blondes Have More Fun. Meatloaf, Bat Out of Hell picture disc, $49.99. Meatloaf, Bat Out of Hell. The Who, Odds and Sods is $19.99. The Who, Odds and Sods is $19.99. And The Best of Dave Edmunds. The Best of Dave Edmunds. That's in shrink wrap, $14.99. That's actually on Swan Song. Ian Dury, New Boots and Panties. That's a Speaker's Corner, German audiophile pressing, $39.99. Squidly Diddly Surfing Safari, 1966 Hanna-Barbera, $74.99. Squidly Diddly's Surfing Safari. That is a 1966 Hanna-Barbera. Kind of scarce. $74.99. Al Stewart, Past, Present, and Future. $14.99 for Al Stewart's Past, Present, and Future. Another Graham Parker. No, we had Ian Dury earlier. This is Graham Parker. $14.99. The Up Escalator. $14.99 for Graham Parker. Johnny Rivers, Outside Help. $9.99. Johnny Rivers, Outside Help. $9.99. David Bowie, Tonight is $29.99. David Bowie, Tonight, $29.99. And The Birds, Farther Along in shrink wrap. The Birds, $26.99. The Birds, Farther Along, $26.99. John Kay of Steppenwolf, Forgotten Songs and Unsung Heroes. That is $19.99. John Kay, Forgotten Songs and Unsung Heroes. That's on the ABC Dunhill label. That is $19.99. Mike Berry, I'm a Rocker, $14.99 for Mike Berry. I'm a Rocker, $14.99. White label promo. Frost, Through the Eyes of Love, $19.99. Old Time Radio Volume 2, $14.99. Old Time Radio Volume 2, that is $14.99. The Tubes Remote Control, $19.99. The Tubes Remote Control, $19.99. And Jackson Browne, Late for the Sky. Jackson Browne, Late for the Sky, $14.99. Very clean copy. Nick Lowe and his cowboy outfit, The Rose of England. Nick Lowe, $19.99. Styx, Pieces of 8, limited edition picture disc. Very nice. Original plastic with that card you see and sticker. $29.99. Styx, Pieces of 8. The Brothers Johnson is $24.99. Another limited edition picture disc that actually, you know, these are not new. These are from probably late 70s, just so you know. $24.99. Wayne Heat, First on John Kay. That is Forgotten Songs and Unsung Heroes. That's sold to Wayne Heat. McCoy's Human Ball. The McCoys in shrink wrap, Mercury pressing, $34.99. 2020. It's got a heck of a cut corner, but that is $19.99. 2020. Madness, Tomorrow's Just Another Day. That is $19.99. Madness, Tomorrow's Just Another Day. That's the same. Do we have two of those? No, that was the same record. Firesign Theater, Everything You Know Is Wrong. That is $14.99. Firesign Theater. And Ben Miller Band, Any Way, Shape, or Form. $19.99. Audio mastered for vinyl. New West Records, $19.99. Pup, $24.99. I think we may be getting into some of that, the remnants of the Murfreesboro bin. The Band, Islands, $24.99. I think this is 180 gram. It is. The Band, Islands, $24.99. And the Band, Cahoots, $24.99. And let's see, that's 180 gram repress. That's an OG. And this one is $34.99. Orange capital label. Nick Kershaw, The Riddle, $19.99. Nick Kershaw, The Riddle, that's $19.99. We're going to sell Fred Carnell, Madness, for $15. Sell that to Fred Carnell for $15. Steve Kuhn, Non-Fiction, $9.99. And Pat Metheny with Charlie Hayden and Billy Higgins, Rejoicing, $9.99. Passport, Scott Henderson and Tribal Tech, Spears, Passport's the label. That's $19.99. AJJ, Good Luck Everybody, $19.99. AJJ, Good Luck Everybody. Looks like a fairly new pressing, $19.99. Rev Up, The Vets, $39.99. 1964 mono hot rod record. That is $39.99. Keith Sykes, Fun Rockin', $19.99 for Keith Sykes, Fun Rockin', $19.99. And we have a Rolling Stones picture disc, and this is $49.99. This is from Decca. It's not interviews. It is actually music. This is called the Rolling Stones. Decca. Which country? I guess UK. Looks like it. $49.99. Jared, I think we're a little bit too far apart on the meatloaf, especially since Randy just offered $39. So here's what I'll do. I'm going to sell this to Randy for $39. If you want it, you can have it, but just let me know. And then I'm also going to sell him the Rod Stewart picture disc for $25 and the sticks. Randy gets a 3-piece. Unless Jared takes the meatloaf, he's going to get a 3-piece sticks, 3-piece picture disc lot. So we'll make sure Jared doesn't want this for $39, and then we're going to sell Rod Stewart and sticks for $25 and $25. Dan, we've already sold it to Randy. If you see something you want, that's a time to make an offer immediately. Don't think too long, you'll think wrong. Berlin, Pleasure Victim, $19.99. We're here to sell records, not just show them. Jay Giles Band, Live, Full House, $19.99. Music from Free Creek, 2-record set. This is $26.99. Eric Clapton, this one is called Clapton. He also has an album called Eric Clapton. This is a 1973 all-disc press, $34.99. Eric Clapton, Clapton. Naughty by Nature, I just sold one earlier. We have one more copy. That is Naughty by Nature, 1993. That's the new pressing on orange vinyl, $36.99. Last one, Joe, if you want it. We're going to sell John Ambrosic, Berlin, for $15. Oh, Blue Eyes is back. That's Frank Sinatra, $14.99. Crosby, Stills, and Nash, Daylight Again, $19.99 on Crosby, Stills, and Nash. I think I skipped a Chili Whack album, too. I did. Chili Whack Rocker Box, $9.99 for Chili Whack. Mickey Newberry, Lovers. Mickey Newberry is $19.99. Don Cherry. This is a jazz, 2019, $24.99. Don Cherry. Artie Shaw and his orchestra featuring Roy Eldridge. That is $9.99. Moondog Matinee, that is a new 180 gram, I think. Maybe not. Hold on a second. Yeah, I believe it is. That's a new pressing. $24.99 on that one. Moondog Matinee. Got several band albums in there if anybody wants a bundle deal. Joan Armatrading track record, $14.99. Bonzo Dog Band, I'm the Urban Spaceman, $19.99. Zappa, Frank Zappa, Zoot Allures, $49.99. Frank Zappa. Laughing Soup Dish, $29.99. Laughing Soup Dish. We Are the Dish in shrink wrap, $29.99. The Chantays, the two sides of the Chantays, that is $74.99. And Rutland Times, Eric Idle, and Neil Innes, $14.99. The band bundle. Let's see. There's Moondog Matinee. Now the question is, I'm assuming you would want over the... We got like an OG Cahoots and we have a repress, a remaster. I'm assuming you would want that one. And then there's Islands. So if you're buying those three, instead of 24, 34, and 24, we'll do 20, 20, and 30, which is 20, 40, that's 70 for those three there. Those are new remasters that are out of print. And then that's, of course, a vintage or OG press. Let me know on those. A few more left up front here. Crazy Horse, that is $29.99, as in Neil Young and Crazy Horse. The Who, The Kids Are All Right, $39.99. The Who, The Kids Are All Right. And Elvis Costello Trust. Elvis Costello's $24.99. Graham Parker and the Rumor, The Parker Gorilla, $19.99 for Graham Parker. Squeeze, 6 songs crammed into one 10-inch record. And that is $24.99. It's a very interesting packaging. It's a 10-inch record that's inside of this 12-inch jacket. Looks like somebody's physically squeezing it. Joey Garland wants to Naughty by Nature. That's sold to Joey Garland. We have Van Halen 2 for $42.99. The Beatles, Abbey Road picture disc, $69.99. And Foreigner Head Games, $19.99. Foreigner Head Games, $19.99. Let me read through those titles very quickly. One more time. Jerry Stone wants the Pink Floyd Endless River Puzzle. Do we have that? I see it across the room. Yes, we have that. Jerry, I will pull that for you. Squeeze. The Squeeze cover is $24.99. Let me read through these titles. If you want a price, just let me know. I'm going to start from the back. Louis Prima. Metamorphosis, Rolling Stones. We're going to sell Peter Gabriel to Roger Ramjet for $29. Anthology of Harry Chapman. Bronski Beat. The Sex Pistols picture disc. The Who, Odds and Sods. Dave Edmunds. Ian Dury. Squidly Diddly. Al Stewart. Joe Zanelli wants Dave Edmunds. That's sold to Joe Zanelli. Graham Parker. Johnny Rivers. Let's see. Actually, before Dave Edmunds, David Tate. Foreigner, $15.99. That's sold. Gary, I think we've already sold you the Madness record, or at least the only one in here. David Bowie, Tonight. The Byrds, Farther Along. Mike Berry, I'm a Rocker. Frost. Old Time Radio Volume 2. The Tubes, Remote Control. Jackson Browne, Late for the Sky. Nick Lowe, Rose of England. There's another picture disc. The Brothers Johnson. The McCoys Human Ball. 2020. Firesign Theater. Ben Miller Band. Pup. The Band Cahoots. I was waiting for Justin Nethers, see if he wants this bundle deal on the band. If he passes, somebody else can take it. Nick Kershaw, The Riddle. Steve Kuhn, Nonfiction. Pat Metheny. We have Scott Henderson and Tribal Tech. AJJ, Rev Up the Vets. Keith Sykes, Rolling Stones picture disc. Jay Giles Live, Full House, music from Free Creek. Eric Clapton, Frank Sinatra, Oh Blue Eyes is Back. Crosby, Stills and Nash, Daylight Again. Chili Whack was $9.99. Mickey Newberry, Lovers. Don Cherry. Artie Shaw featuring Roy Eldridge. Joan Armatrading. First, Jerry Stone. There's your puzzle. I've got that pulled for you, $24.99. Before that, this is Joan Armatrading's. That's John Stevens for $11. Tracks on Louis Prima. Give me 1 sec on that. We have Bonzo Dog Band. Zappa. Waiting for somebody to make an offer on that. Laughing Soup Dish. The Chantays. Rutland Times. Yvonne Elliman. Crazy Horse. The Who. Elvis Costello. Graham Parker. What happened to Squeeze? There it is. Sell that to Brent Rabley for $18. And we have Van Halen 2 and the Beatles picture disc. If anybody wants the band bundle, let me know. I think I said $24, $24, and $34.99. Then I said $20, $20, and $30. So those three are available. These are, of course, new. I think these are actually half-speed masters, which knew they were quite expensive. There was a couple other things. First was tracks. John Ambrosic asked the tracks, which it says featuring just a gigolo, I Ain't Got Nobody, that old Black Magic, I've Got You Under My Skin. That's some of the tracks, or at least the featured tracks. And what I'm going to do, Boontar offered $12. I'm going to sell that to him, unless you want it, John, for the same price. So, John, you've got dibs on that for $12 if you pass. It is Boontar's, and then tracks. What was the next thing? We already sold Squeeze. Zach Tate, the Pup price was $24.99. 5th year anniversary picture disc. 5th year anniversary picture disc. And then before that, it was something else right in there. Ben Miller Band. Ryan Anderson, I will sell this to you for $15 if you want that. Let me know if you want that for $15. The Bronski Beat, Fred Carnell, that was right here. That was $19.99. Truth Double Dare for the Bronski Beat. The Kids Are All Right. The Kids Are All Right is $39.99. 2 LP for James Cohorn. Mark Robinson, I will sell you Frank Zappa for $30. This one is near mint all the way around. $30 near mint all the way around. If you want that, let me know. That'll be Mark Robinson for $30 if he wants it. Bronski Beat was $19.99. Ben Miller Band, I said I'd take $15. Before that, Randy, my best price on Van Halen would be $34.99. $34.99 on this one. VG Plus cover. The vinyl is near mint minus. John Ambrosic, he took the Louis Prima, which I think you've already grabbed, Tanner. That is sold to John Ambrosic for $12. Mark Robinson said deal on Zappa at $30. This is sold to Mark Robinson for $30. And let's see, make sure I didn't miss anything. Michael Nath, $60 on the Chantays. We're going to sell that to Michael Nath for $60. That's sold to Michael Nath. We're also going to sell Fred Carnell, the Bronski Beat, for $15. And the only deal I didn't make with somebody is Ben Miller Band. Ryan, you broke a streak of incredible sales right then. Stone's picture disc. That was $49.99. If it's still in here. I know it is. There it is. Yeah. Honky Tonk Women, Get Off My Cloud, Little Queenie, Jumpin' Jack Flash, Satisfaction, Under My Thumb, The Last Time, Symphony for the Devil, Let's Spend the Night Together, and Carol. And that is an official release on Decca. Alrighty. Let's see here. Let me go step and grab our crate of Japanese so we can get auctions rolling. It's already almost 8 o'clock and we haven't put up an auction yet, which is unusual. So, I also got a crate of new vinyl from the other flip video that I tagged last night. There's just a handful of new LPs. And let me go grab the other crate of on-sale new vinyl we're going to be doing tonight as well. So, I got to go grab some stuff right quick. First, let me set up this, let's put up something. Let's do, let's see. Let me just go grab our Japanese stuff right quick. I hope this room is unlocked. We also can show some of our Funkos. We got Queen Elizabeth, Chris Stapleton in, Chucky. And we got 2 entire bins of putbacks over here. So lots of stuff to show tonight as usual. It's just being able to get it all up here. Getting it all up here where I don't have to walk back and forth sometimes is the major problem. So, all right, so we have first auction. Looks like a Stevie Wonder I've never had before. This is Stevie Wonder Twin Deluxe. I've never seen that artwork on it. This is 2 LP Stevie Wonder Twin Deluxe. The vinyl on this one is EX to near mint. I can't call this one completely pristine, but this is a Stevie Wonder 2 LP hits compilation, Japanese pressing. This is almost pristine. I don't say that too often. It's either not or it is, but this one is pretty close. There's the lyric insert with track listing. Very cool top obi on this one. Gatefold cover. Very nice. And Mr. Stevie Wonder is going to be just a $25 start. $25 start on the Stevie Wonder comp. That is up for auction, and so is Mr. Welcome to the Real World. I don't know if I've had a Japanese pressing of this. $35 start for Stevie Wonder, or excuse me, for Mr. Welcome to the Real World. That is a $35 start. This is EX as well to near mint minus, and that is a $35 start. Mr. Welcome to the Real World. Japanese pressing of that. Cover is near mint with obi. Okay. Queen Elizabeth Funko. I got to show those. And we got, I think we've got the Megadeths in. We need to show and something else. So let me go through a bin of putbacks over here. I think I've already kind of filtered it right quick and make sure everything is already claimed, or there was no waiting list on anything in here, and if there is, I'll pull it out and check on it. But Doug has assembled us 2 crates of putbacks, I think from the last 2 or 3 weeks. Putbacks are some, we had some people on. We had a guy on the other night. He was a new customer, kind of late. He was watching on YouTube, and I mean, he messaged us and everything, and then he blocked us as soon as the sale was over, which means he realized he bought way too much and he couldn't pay us, and he just blocked us, and hope he never hears from us again. And I hope I never hear from him again. So that is right here. The Now Yearbook is in. We got them in a crate right here next to us. We got 4 crates of new vinyl that we don't have priced for tonight. We'll do it during the break and probably show a lot of it during part 2. Okay. Yeah, we have to usually mail the Funkos in separately as well. That's the problem with selling those as well. We try to. Those can get in there kind of in between pads, you know, a little bit easier, especially if you put them on top. But that's the problem with those two. We usually like stuff that's flat and not too difficult to ship. Okay, Stevie Wonder, Calvin Ward was in first at 25. David's back in at 27. The Now yearbooks are in. Stevie Wonder, 28, 30, 30, and 32. The new Metallica we have is purple vinyl. The new Metallica is purple vinyl. Okay, I'll show some Funkos in just a second. These are some putbacks. It's new vinyl and vintage vinyl. So, Billy Squire, Don't Say No. That is the Intervention Records RTI Ultra Quiet 100% analog. Hope everybody has one of these. I've got a bunch of them. Fantastic sounding record, fantastic sounding album, and it's sounds amazing. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Rush Signals. Rush Signals is $36.99. This is the one I'm low stock on right now. I think we sold a lot of these. We didn't really get another additional shipment in. So Rush Signals sounds great. That is $36.99 for Rush Signals. Warrant. Dog Eat Dog. Warrant is $44.99. That is the limited edition on translucent blue and red marble vinyl. Warrant is $44.99. Aretha Franklin, Lady Soul. Aretha Franklin, Lady Soul. That is $29.99. That's on clear vinyl. Aretha Franklin. James Cohorn wants the Rush Signals. Anybody else? Just let me know. We've got those in stock. Billy Squire is $54.99, Joanne. $54.99. Metallica does not come out until April. Leonard Skinner Collected. Leonard Skinner Collected is $44.99. This is a 2 LP Leonard Skinner hits compilation. $44.99. Let's see here. Nazareth, Expect No Mercy. Some of these were in the half-off bin. I'm still going to offer the half-off price. $9.99 for Nazareth. $9.99 for Nazareth, Expect No Mercy. That was the half-off price. Sell that to John Porter for $9.99. Brandon Jackson was second. Stevie Wonder, high bid is with Mark Shelton at $37. That's going twice, going 3 times. Going twice, going 3 times. Bobby Bland and B.B. King. Bobby Bland and B.B. King, $24.99. Together Again live. These are all putbacks or canceled orders or non-payments, something of that nature. $24.99 for Bobby Bland and B.B. King. The Best of BTO is $14.99. Very clean record here. I think we're getting into some of the Murfreesboro stuff. I can tell you by the sleeves and the dates and the titles. This was $5. I'll still do that price if anybody wants it. This is a Tina Turner 12-inch single of Let's Stay Together. $5 on that if anybody wants it. Ryan Anderson, first to the Bobby Bland. Michael Nath wants a Leonard Skinner Collected, and we're going to sell John Duran BTO, and those are all sticker on the back. John Duran got BTO. Joanne Reeve gets the Tina Turner. That was $5 to Joanne Reeve. $5 to Joanne Reeve. All right. Final call on Stevie Wonder. That's a 2 LP hits compilation. That's Mark Shelton for $37. And Mr. Don't Have a Bid for $35. If anybody wants in on that, now is the time, or I'm going to make it a buy it now. This was also $5. Kenny Loggins and Jim Messina. Loggins and Messina sitting in. That is $5 if anybody wants it. $5. Loggins and Messina. Catch Bull at 4. Cat Stevens. That was half off at just $3.99. It was a VG record at $7.99. Half off price on that is $4. That's a VG record. Cream Disraeli Gears. $24.99 for Cream Disraeli Gears. This is a 180 gram remaster press of that. 180 gram remaster press of that. $24.99. Let's see here. Tina. We have Mr. We're looking for a $35 start. Whoville's at $45. The warrant was $44.99. Warrant is $44.99. And Charles Hantz wants the Cream Disraeli Gears. Jim Morrison, An American Prayer, music by The Doors, $34.99. And this is an original. Yes, 1978, $34.99. $34.99. Charles got cream. We're going to sell Cat Stevens to Randy, and that was $3.99, Tanner. Randy Scarborough got Cat Stevens for $3.99, and Eric wants the warrant. Eric wants the warrant. Eric, have we sold to Eric before? Converset? Eric Converset. If you're a first-time buyer, thank you, welcome. If anybody else wants a warrant, I've got a bunch of these in stock. Thank you. Make sure you message our page if you're a first-time buyer or even if you hadn't bought in a while, and we will send you an invoice on Monday. We invoice every Monday, $7 in limited shipping. Okay, this is a buy it now for $35. If anybody wants it, it's now. First come, first serve. There's been some people close, but no one has quite said MM35 yet. That's a buy it now for $35. Mr. Welcome to the real world. And just so you know, Mark Shelton, you're out. You are out on Stevie Wonder, by the way. Just so you know, we have Whoville at $45 on this. Whoville at $45 on Stevie Wonder Super Deluxe. 90s Movies Collected. 90s Movies Collected is a 2LP. That is $46.99. That's a new release from last week. Hit movies from the 90s and hit songs from those movies. $46.99. Silverchair Live at the Cabaret Metro. $39.99 for Silverchair Live. That's originally a Record Store Day UK release. $39.99. And The Cult Sonic Temple. The Cult Sonic Temple. $39.99. Justin Nethers on Silverchair. That's sold to Justin Nethers. We have Rush Hemispheres. Rush Hemispheres is $36.99. Rush Hemispheres. That is Gatefold, Anthem Records, 180 gram, fantastic sounding remaster, $36.99. Whoville is in on Stevie Wonder at $50. Joe Gabriel first to The Cult. Eric, thank you for sending information. Welcome. Anything you want to buy this week is $7 in limited shipping. $7 in limited shipping. There's another copy of Rush Signals. Rush Signals, $36.99. Smashing Pumpkins, Gish. Smashing Pumpkins Gish is $39.99. We have a couple of those left. This was, the on sale price for this was $9.99. This is Adam Ant, Room at the Top. If anybody wants that, I'll still do it for $9.99. $9.99. Sonic Youth, Daydream Nation. Sonic Youth is $33.99. $33.99 on that. And Five Finger Death Punch, A Decade of Destruction. A Decade of Destruction. That's on Crimson Red Vinyl. Crimson Red Vinyl, $36.99. Joe Zanelli, first on the Adam Ant. And Tanner, we're going to do that one for $9.99 to Joe Zanelli. Dana, you were second. Mark Shelton, you're out on Stevie Wonder. Whoville has this for $50, and that's going twice, going 3 times. And just so everybody knows, this is a $35 buy it now. I may end up taking $30 for it later. We have 2 people offer $30, but right now, it's $35. Right, Tanner? All right, let me get another Japanese auction going. This is American Graffiti, the 41 original hits from the movie. Very cool Japanese pressing with Obi, and this one is pristine. I don't know if we've had this before. Maybe one other time. $35 start. $35 start. There's one LP. There's the other. These are both near mint and pristine. It has a very nice lyric book with all of the lyrics, of course. American Graffiti. There's the gatefold, no foxing or anything on this one. Actually, a little bit here in this bottom corner. Other than that, very, very nice. That's a $35 start on that. Is poster included with Hemispheres? I don't think so. I don't think these represses come with posters or a lot of inserts. Sonic Youth is a new sealed copy. This is a new sealed copy. We have Mark out on Stevie Wonder, so Whoville, you have that for $50, going twice, going 3 times. Hootie and the Blowfish. This is $29.99. Hootie and the Blowfish, $29.99. Yeah, I don't know who Scott... We had something keyed in the other night as Scott BB, and then I think there was another ID that said Scoo BB. So Scott BB, if you can hear me, if anybody knows who that is, He claimed stuff, but he in the group, and we've removed him from the group because he's still claiming pre-orders. We've yet to get instructions from that person, I believe, if that's the same person I'm thinking about. So if anybody knows Scott Beebe, tell him he needs to message Coletco. Okay, let's see here. Whoville's at 40 on American Graffiti. We have, Pete says his hemispheres had the poster. Maybe so. Are you talking about the insert that folds out? I guess that's kind of a poster. Then yes, I believe so. Mr. We have, Craig says he'll take it for $35. And Hootie and the Blowfish is $29.99. $29.99. Cracked review. Those just recently came back in stock. They were out of print and quite pricey. This is Mickey Japanese. 1978 blue vinyl, $19.99. 1978 blue vinyl, $19.99. How much was Sonic Youth? $33.99 for Sonic Youth Daydream Nation. Freddie Jackson, this was half off at $7.49. I'll still do that price if anybody wants it. Freddie Jackson, Don't Let Love Slip Away. That's in shrink wrap, $7.49 if anybody wants that. So whoever wants it, Hemispheres, yes, it does have a poster. That is the agreement on that now. Let's go ahead and sell Whoville, the Stevie Wonder Japanese press, for $50. That's sold to Whoville. And American Graffiti, high bid on American Graffiti right now is also of Whoville Japanese press. And this is $40. That's the high bid on the American Graffiti. $40. That's going twice, going 3 times. This was just $15. Why the heck was this $15? 38 special. Tour de Force Japanese pressing. That's a deal. Somebody needs to grab that. $15. And we have the Police Synchronicity. This is $49.99. This is a 180-gram remaster. I forgot the exact pressing, but that was a Discogs median, and I'm almost positive this is a very high quality, the mastering or whatever was going on with that one. That's why it was $49.99. The Police Synchronicity, $49.99. That's a 180-gram remaster, maybe a half-speed master. Dr. Hook Live, that was half off at $4.99, and that was a VG copy. That was a VG copy. If anybody wants Dr. Hook Live, that was half off for $4.99. Okay, American Graffiti, $41.41. So Jerry Wallace was in first at $41. Then several people on 38 special. This is only $15, Tanner. Alan Jonathan, Randy Scarborough, Mark Shelton, David Tate, James C. Jones, and Susie. Alan was first, and that was $15. Troy Robinson's going to get the Freddie Jackson for $7.49. And John Duran's going to get Dr. Hook for $4.99. So we got one Japanese auction up. That means we have room for one more, which is going to be an interesting. Who is this? Aha! There's been some people waiting on this one. $65 start. I don't think I've ever had it, or it's been a very long time. A tougher Japanese pressing to find. Of course, we get thrillers very often. Occasionally we get off the wall. But a near mint pristine Michael Jackson Bad. I'm talking the vinyl is near mint minus. We have the original Japanese insert. We have the inner sleeve. And we have the gatefold with the obi. No foxing or anything on this. $65 start. One flaw, it has one corner bump. It has one corner bump on the cover. Other than that, fantastic. Joanne's in at $65. We have American Graffiti, $43, $45, $45, $46. Paul Brothers is going to claim a Hootie and the Blowfish. If anybody else wants one, they're $29.99. This is one of our all-time best-selling albums, new vinyl, just like Matchbox 20. One of those big albums from the 90s where originals are very expensive. That's $29.99. Okay, no other new claims on here, so we'll keep going. A tribute to Jimi Hendrix. This was $7.49. Half off. If these look familiar, this is from somebody who has recently claimed records and they didn't pay for them. So $7.49 on a tribute to Jimi Hendrix. That's sold to James C. Jones. Tanner, that's $7.49. This was $5. The outstanding 12-string guitar of Glenn Campbell. That is $5 if anybody wants that. Loggins and Messina is $4.99. Loggins and Messina is $4.99. $4.99 on that. And we have Christopher Cross, $9.99. Christopher Cross, $9.99. So James C. Jones got the Jimi Hendrix. Brandon Lack is at 66 on Michael Jackson Bad. That's going once, going twice. And final call on American Graffiti, Whoville's at $50. So 50 on American Graffiti, 66 on Back. Gary Samuels, you were third on Jimi Hendrix. Kenny Heathcock gets the Christopher Cross, and that is at Sticker, which is $9.99. Chris DeMoss, you were second. Paul Brothers gets the Kenny Loggins, that was $5. And Randy Davis gets the Glenn Campbell, which was $5. Roger Ramjet, you were third on Christopher Cross. Randy, you were fourth. Craig needed to put back Mr. So it's available again. Does anybody want it? That's a $35 buy it now. Japanese press. That's what we sell the U.S. originals for all day. Rush Power Windows. Rush Power Windows is $36.99. Rush Power Windows is $36.99. Another fantastic sounding Rush record, along with this one. Exit Stage Left. Exit Stage Left is $49.99. That's a 2LP. This one's pressed at QRP. This one's pressed at QRP. So lots of Rush, as you can see. Def Leppard is $34.99. High and Dry. Def Leppard is $34.99 for High and Dry. That's new and sealed. And Funkadelic. And I'm not for sure. This one might have got put back because it was a corner bump. So Funkadelic. And that is $59.99. Maggot Brain. Remastered from newly high-res analog transfers, includes bonus Maggot Brain 12-inch with 2017 reworked by Detroiters remix and 1971 live performance. 180-gram black vinyl, $59.99. Mad Season Above 2LP RTI pressing, $44.99 for Mad Season Above. Let's see here. Make sure I didn't miss anything. First was Brandon Butler, Police. Police is a 180-gram remaster. It actually may be a half-speed master. That is $49.99. Police Synchronicity, $49.99. James Cohorn wants a Power Windows by Rush. That's sold to James Cohorn. Fred says he's still at 30 on Mr. I'm still at 35. Mark Robinson wants the Police. That's only if Brandon Butler passes. Mark Robinson will get that. Chris DeMoss on ESL. Exit Stage Left. That's sold to Chris DeMoss. If anybody else wants one of those, I have them. Don't want them to fall. Whoville, let me know which Rush title you have. Or which Rush title you want. I think we have 12. I think we have 12 in stock right now. Including Fly By Night. Which I'll show probably during part 2 after we get them all tagged. Randy Tabron wants Def Leppard. So we hadn't pulled Whoville's Rush yet. And yes, Def Leppard was a new sealed reissue. Brandon passes on the Police. I've got to do 2 final calls on these auctions. We have American Graffiti soundtrack. And the last bid on that was with Whoville for $50. That's going twice, going 3 times. And Michael Jackson Bad. I hope Troy Robinson's still watching. He was wanting this one a while back. Brandon Lack was at $66. That's a final call on those 2. Whoville wants an Exit Stage Left. I'll have to go over to our Rush bins and pull that one out, but we've got it. Rick Wakeman, Journey to the Center of the Earth. This was $5. What the heck? Rick Wakeman, Journey to the Center of the Earth. That's $5 if anybody wants it. Slayer, South of Heaven is $36.99. Slayer, South of Heaven, $36.99. Another Rush Signals. This is $36.99. Rush Signals is $36.99. And Tom Petty, Full Moon Fever. Tom Petty, Full Moon Fever is $36.99. $36.99. Yes, they're in the Rush bins over here. They're in the Rush bins. Okay. Alan Totten wants the Rick Wakeman. And Tanner, that was $5. That's sold to Alan Totten. Next is Kevin Riggs on Overkill. Now, which title? Because I think I've got 3 different ones in stock, Kevin, but let me know which one. Eric Conversett on Slayer, South of Heaven. That is sold to Eric. No, not one guy got all these. No, this is dozens of different people. Mark Robinson on Tom Petty, and I'm going to read through those titles one more time. Not before I end these auctions. American Graffiti is sold to Whoville for $50, and Michael Jackson Bad is sold for $66, and that is to Brandon Lack. Only 2 bids and only 2 bidders on that one. That was interesting. That is sold. Let me put up a couple new Japanese pressings. We've got a Billy Joel, The Stranger, and a Rocky II soundtrack, which is one that doesn't come up as much as the others, Rocky II. You always see Rocky and Rocky III for some reason. Billy Joel, The Stranger is going to be a $30 start. The vinyl on this one, as you would expect with most Japanese pressings, near mint and pristine. There's the Japanese flip. The cover, very nice with Obi, does have some foxing or aging spots as we call them there. Billy Joel's a $30 start. That's for The Stranger. And Rocky II. Rocky II, The Story Continues. This is going to be a $35 start for Rocky II, The Story Continues. This is near mint and pristine Japanese vinyl. This has the poster with it. This has a very cool Japanese poster with it. Actually looks like a movie poster. United Art, it's like actually a movie poster. And there's the Japanese insert. Perfect cover with Obi. Not a flaw on it here in the black part. That's a $35 start as well. Billy Joel's actually a $30 start. So here's what's left in this putback bin. It is Billy Squier, Don't Say No, $54.99. Aretha Franklin. Actually, let me get all the new and sealed stuff together. That way there's no confusion. When we're doing a putback bin, sometimes people get confused on what's new and sealed and what's an original or an OG. I think there's only 3 OG records in here. And let me show those right now. First, Austin Caldron wants Billy Squier. That is $54.99. If anybody else wants it, let me know because I have more. And this is a fantastic sounding record. That's sold to Austin. Billy Joel's at $30 and Brandon Butler's at $35 on Rocky. Aretha Franklin, $29.99. First track is Chain of Fools. Kind of tough to find those in good condition. That's new and sealed. The 90s soundtrack movie hits collected, $46.99. Then several Rush albums in here. Hemispheres, $36.99. Signals, $36.99. Smashing Pumpkins Gish, $39.99. Five Finger Death Punch, that is their greatest hits on red vinyl, $36.99. Sonic Youth, Daydream Nation, $33.99. Funkadelic, $59.99. And then there's another copy of Rush Signals, also $36.99. And then Mad Season Above, $44.99, pressed at RTI. Loggins and Messina, that was $5 if anybody wants it. Randy Davis, The Doors, was $34.99. And Mickey Jupp, Japanese, is $19.99, and that is blue vinyl. Austin's at $31 on Billy Joel, and Final Call on Rocky for $35. There is also three 45s in this bin, and let me show those. Willie Nelson, Take It to the Limit with Waylon Jennings. That was $7.99. Chicago, Stay the Night was $3.99. And The Pretenders, 2,000 Miles, that was $8.99. That was also 345s that didn't get grabbed. Randy Davis says he'll take The Doors. That was a sticker. Final Call on Rocky. And Frank Galena, you're out on Billy Joel. Let me know if you are out 100%, and I'll go ahead and sell that. Stacy Metternich gets The Pretenders, and Terrell Boatnight on Willie Nelson. And I know those two fine people will actually pay for them this time. Does anybody want Chicago? Stay the Night from Chicago 17. That's a picture sleeve for $3.99. How about I go through another bin of putbacks? That one was successful. Let's go through another one. Terrell says he'll take that one as well. Randy Scarborough wants a Hemispheres. Anybody else? These Rush albums, I know I've got a bunch right now, but I'm telling you, they'll start dwindling down, and then before long, they're all going to be gone. And then they'll be out of stock, and we probably won't see them again for like another year or two. That's usually how the Rush catalog makes swings. Collins in on Billy Joel at $32. Frank's out, but now Austin, you're back out. Let me grab this bin of putbacks over here. Let me grab this bin of putbacks. Let me see what we got in here. Looks like some pretty cool stuff right off the bat. we'll go through it. If I find something, I hadn't really got to go through these, but if I find something that we need to check a waiting list on or something, we may have some question marks. Like, hold on a second. Yeah, there may be some auctions in here too. Okay, so let me put these away. By the way, I looked down just a moment ago. We had 242 people watching on Facebook and YouTube. So good turnout for a Tuesday night for an unadvertised sale with really no new arrivals. But I think y'all know by now, if you tune in anytime you can, you're going to be seeing really good records. And hopefully I can sell them to you. At least I'm going to try my best to. So we're going to go through a lot of putbacks tonight. We're going to be running Japanese auctions, and that's what we're doing tonight. So we'll probably have a lot of new arrivals, but heck, these putback bins are just as good in my opinion. So I have no idea what's in here. We're about to find out together. Doug brought this up before he left earlier. Lynch Mob Rebel on red marbled vinyl. Lynch Mob Rebel is $29.99. Lynch Mob Rebel, $29.99. That's on red marbled vinyl. We have Nirvana, $36.99. MTV Unplugged Nirvana. That is $36.99. Helmet is $36.99. Unlive Helmet, August 5th, 1991, $36.99. Brent McKinney on Lynch Mob. Brent McKinney on Lynch Mob. Rocky 3 is sold to Brandon Butler for $35. And Colin Butler's at $32 on Billy Joel. Everybody, please let me know if you're in or out, because I'm about to sell that for $32 to Colin Butler. Bob McKinney got Lynch Mob. I have more of those if anybody else wants it. And Edward wants the Aretha Franklin Lady Soul from the last crate. We're going to sell this to Edward Star Wars. Thank you, Edward. Helmet, we have Slayer, South of Heaven, $36.99. Bob McKinney, not Brent McKinney. Bob McKinney got Lynch Mob. Bob McKinney. Slayer, South of Heaven is $36.99. Tangerine Dream, Zeit, $39.99. 2 LP orange vinyl. That is $39.99. This was $10 if anybody wants it. That was a half off price. The Deer Hunter, Robert De Niro soundtrack. That was a VG plus $10 if anybody wants that. And Rush Power Windows. Rush Power Windows is $36.99. Preston Rogers wants the Deer Hunter soundtrack, and that was $10. $10 to Preston Rogers. Also, Billy Joel is sold. Billy Joel is sold to Colin Butler for $32. Did not hear from anybody else after that bid was placed. I guess Colin scared him off. How about a Boston self-titled debut and a Foreigner record that we don't get too often? Hey, Seth's here. I didn't even see him come in. Seth has showed up late as usual. You doing okay, Seth? Okay. You're doing great. Did y'all win? Oh, played Gornsville. Well, that probably don't count. Wow. Let me know when you win a championship. Boston, self-titled debut, orange epic label, Japanese. This is a $65 start. This is a pristine Japanese Boston self-titled debut. CBS Sony, that's the original inner sleeve that came with it. Anti-static. There's the Japanese insert. Amazing. $65 start on that. $65 start on that. Let's see here. What do we have next? Foreigner, inside information. Foreigner is a $35 start, Japanese press. Near mint pristine Japanese vinyl. One we don't get into often. Foreigner, inside information. There's the Japanese insert. And there is a Foreigner solicitation form that came with it as well. Near mint cover with Obi. That's a $35 start. Foreigner, inside information. Okay, Sublime is $44.99. Sublime is $44.99. That's a 2LP self-titled Sublime. Smashing Pumpkins, Siamese Dream, $99.99. Smashing Pumpkins, Siamese Dream, $99.99. Another Slayer, South of Heaven, Slayer is $36.99, South of Heaven. Slayer. I've got several of those. Warrant, Dog Eat Dog. Limited edition 2500 numbered on blue and red marbled vinyl. That is $44.99 for Warrant. Rich Hopkins is also in on the Foreigner. Grant Peltzer bid first. Tom Tom Club, Close to the Bone. Tom Tom Club is $24.99, Close to the Bone. Cellcat, Motorcycle Mama. This is $9.99. Cellcat, Motorcycle Mama, $9.99. Did you see Craig Weathers' post? He says, I'll pay the $5 for Fred on Man for Man. I don't think that's necessary. I don't want you paying $5 just because you felt like you put something back. So, I'm going to sell it to somebody for $35 or, Gary's offering $30. Craig said he would pay the extra $5. That way we can get it sold, but that's okay. This is $9.99. That was a half off price. Cellcat, Motorcycle Mama, $9.99. Another Warrant, Dog Eat Dog, and this is one of the numbered ones. $44.99 on Warrant, Dog Eat Dog. We've got a couple of those in here. Frankie Valli, Solo. That was that an on sale price? It was. That was half off at $4.99. Frankie Valli Solo, $4.99. Frankie Valli. Tom Tom Club. Where did I get to in here? Corrosion of Conformity. This sold at auction for $50. This was Animosity. Corrosion of Conformity, Animosity. This sold at auction. It looks like it has the insert. Looks like it's about VG vinyl. And that was $50. Corrosion of Conformity, Animosity. Neil Young Harvest. I was doing these on sale that night for $26.99. $26.99. Neil Young Harvest. $26.99. Bare Naked Ladies Stunt. $38.99 for Bare Naked Ladies Stunt. $38.99. And we have Dave Matthews Band Crash. $38.99 for Dave Matthews Band Crash. $38.99. That's the only one I have right now, but there's more on the way. Let's make sure this invoice is canceled, and that's the only one I've seen with an invoice sheet so far in here. Alice in Chains Dirt. $36.99 for Alice in Chains Dirt. $36.99. And this sold at auction for $45. Fat Boys The Twist. This is $45. That was an EX 1988 PRC press. Okay, let me make sure I'm caught up here. First, we had 435. 435. James Bragg wanted the Tom Tom Club. That sold to James Bragg. 438, 440. Let's make sure Eric Converset gets a numbered warrant. So there's his. I don't think he did. Okay, so there's him, a numbered one. Eric, I got you taken care of. Dale Cooper gets the COC for $50. Dale Cooper gets the COC for $50. $44.99 was warrant. Dale Cooper got COC. Rich Hopkins is at 41 on Foreigner. Troy, you were second on Corrosion of Conformity. Randy Davis gets the Neil Young Harvest, and that was $26.99. Angela Leckington was second. We have Grant Peltzer at 45 on Foreigner. Rich Hopkins is out. Preston gets the Fat Boys, and that was $45 for Preston. $45. Stunt is $38.99. Dave Matthews Band, $38.99. Dirt. George Thorogood and the Destroyers. Well, this guy bought a bunch of stuff. When does his order stop? Make sure he's blocked. George Thorogood and the Destroyers. This is in shrink wrap, $19.99. $19.99. George Thorogood and Destroyers. Yes, the warrant here is numbered. I've got another numbered one. $44.99. Dog Eat Dog. James Bragg on George Thorogood. That was sticker for $19.99. Final call on Foreigner for $45. And final call on Boston at $65. If anybody wants to bid. If not, it'll be a buy it now. Michael Naff says he'll take. Make sure I pull the right one. Not that one. This one. That sold to Michael Naff. This sold at auction for $33. This was a VG Plus Presswell Press OG of In the Court of the Crimson King. If anybody wants this, it is $33. $33. That sold at auction. King Crimson. $33 if anybody wants it. Joe Sloop. First, let's pull Matthew Knight's Alice in Chains. That sold to Matthew Knight. Let's do Joe Sloop was first on King Crimson, and that was $33, Tanner. And let's go ahead and end Foreigner. Foreigner is $45. And Boston, I'm going to say that's a $65 buy it now, right now. $65 buy it now on Boston. $65 buy it now. Japanese press, Boston, self-titled. Darren, I see you're 55. I'm going to wait on that for a second. Somebody's offered 58. We're going to say 65. Boston, self-titled. J. Giles Band. This is called self-titled. $29.99. J. Giles Band, self-titled. Atlantic Pressing, $29.99 for the J. Giles Band, self-titled album. That one doesn't come off as often. Bad Company. Almost said the person's name. Bad Company, Rough Diamonds, $19.99. Bad Company, Rough Diamonds, $19.99 for that one. And The Secret Value of Daydreaming, Julian Lennon. This is a half-off record at $7.49. $7.49 on that one. Michael Knapp gets Bad Company, and Gerard is going to get Boston. We'll make sure Darren Meyer doesn't want it, or Whoville, and then Gerard was third, but they aren't at 65, but Gerard is. So we'll make sure they don't want it, they being Darren or Whoville, and then Gerard gets that for 65. Actually, Gerard was in front of Whoville, so if Darren passes at 65, it goes to Gerard. Excuse me, Whoville. So that's what's going on with that one. Darren's out, so that's sold to Gerard for 65. Darren said 55, Gerard asked what the bid was, then Whoville offered 58, and then Gerard claimed it. So that goes to Gerard for $65. Gary Samuels gets to Julian Lennon for $7.50, half off price. That goes to Gary Samuels. And Joe Sloop, you were second. Flock of Seagulls, orange vinyl, self-titled, $36.99, a Flock of Seagulls. And Metallica is on red vinyl. This is in the City of Brotherly Love, limited edition 2LP, red vinyl, live unofficial. That is $44.99. What do we have here? Country Squire. How much are new copies? This one don't have. How much is a new Country Squire? It's right there in the middle of those. $34.99. That's why this one was $29.99. Country Squire, or that's why I'm pricing it for $29.99. $29.99, and we have new copies for $34.99. Tyler Childers, Country Squire, $29.99, or we have new ones for $34.99. You can take that one or a new one. Doesn't matter to me. Ryan Foster was first to Metallica. Chris DeMoss, I'm pretty sure I still can get these. If anybody else wants one, Chris DeMoss, Mitchell Thomas, these are $44.99. It's a red vinyl unofficial live Metallica concert from Parachute Records. They do great unofficials. That is sold to Ryan. That's sold to Ryan. Yeah, that's sold to Ryan. And then Chris, if you want one, let me know. And Gary, let me know if you want the open Tyler Childers or a sealed one. Susie said she'll take one sealed. The Essential Stevie Ray Vaughan. The Essential Stevie Ray Vaughan is $36.99. And Fleetwood Mac Rumors. What do we have here? $32.99. Fleetwood Mac Rumors with the lyric insert. $32.99. So let's give Gary the open Tyler Childers for $29.99. And let's do Susie a sealed one for $34.99. And I'm also going to step over here and grab me a bottle of hydrogen and oxygen. Is that okay, Seth? You want me to get 2 bottles of water? No, it's hydrogen and oxygen. It's HO. I'm drinking hydrogen oxide. Hydrogen oxide. So this will probably be the last record show I'll be doing. Gary gets the open one, and we'll put Chris DeMoss down Metallica. Wow, why? Oh, I see why. This really not get paid for? Oh my gosh, this is the guy that made such a big deal about that record that night. This is the gray vinyl Oasis. This is $125. Is that him?
Yeah, it wasn't supposed to be put back.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was.
Let me have it.
Yeah. So let me check on that because that was something. We had a problem with that order. I won't go into details, but we got to check on that because we said we had to get paid for that. So let me check on that. We'll check messages.
Not paid forever.
Right. $28.99 for Pearl Jam. $28.99 for Pearl Jam 10. Preston, I'll keep you in mind. Mark, Shelton, and Heather. That sold at auction for $125. That sold at auction for $125. It was gray vinyl, silver or whatever. I'll double check on that and then we'll figure it out. The Who, It's Hard, $15. That was a discounted price. The Who, It's Hard, $15 on that. And Howard Benway. Excuse me. I'm saying names instead of the titles. This is New York City Mayhem for real, $29.99. Sorry if I accidentally say. Not everybody's name I read off as a non-payer if I accidentally do that or if you accidentally see a name. I don't want anybody to think if your name's in here, if you accidentally see somebody's name, they're not a paying customer. It's sometimes we have stuff that we accidentally tagged the wrong person for or, something like that. So, Municipal Waste, Toxic Waste. This is $24.99. 2014 pink and black vinyl. Stephen Chesney's going to get the Who, and that's $15. Sold to Stephen Chesney for $15. We have, oh my gosh, I've hit a batch of, now what is that supposed to say? I have no idea. I'm not even going to try. But this was $30. Let me leave the price on this one because it don't have it on the back anymore. I think it sold at auction or something happened. That was $34.99. Vic Nateki was first on Municipal Waste. I think we're about to hit a batch of punk and metal stuff here that didn't get claimed. Vomitory. That sounds pleasant. Vomitory is $34.99. If anybody wants this, say Vomitory sold. Otherwise, I think you're just helping me. Next record is also $34.99. This is The Undead, After All These Years. $34.99. The Undead, After All These Years. $29.99 for Napalm Death, Scum, limited edition 200 colored vinyl. Napalm Death, $29.99. And Voivod. This was $69.99. Voivod Perar was a 1986 USOG, $69.99. Voivod. Vic Nateki wants Napalm Death. That's sold to Vic Nateki. So Vomitory is $34.99. If anybody wants that, I'll go ahead and slip it back in here. There's another Vomitory. This one's also $34.99. That's a very unpleasant cover. $34.99. And 6 Feet Under is $29.99. That's a 2016 German red marbled vinyl. What happened with this? Okay. We're not going to get payment from this guy. So, Preston, this is $125 if you want it. It's the limited edition silver vinyl. Yeah, so this guy that night, I think I remember, he asked 30,000 times for us to finally put this up for auction. And then I said, dude, people are going to bid against you just because you're causing problems. And then he didn't pay for it. So he will no longer be on our shows, so we don't have to worry about him anymore. Next, auctions. Let's do a Pat Travers live Japanese pressing, and let's do Doobie Brothers Farewell Tour. All right. Preston said, never mind. Let's see who was next. We have some people in order on this at the 125. If y'all pass, that's okay, because James Bragg says he wants it. We got it sold to somebody. Preston says he's out. Mark, if you want it, then Heather Perry. So Mark say pass or sold. Heather say pass or sold. And then if not, James Bragg says he'll take it for 125. Okay. Or maybe he's passing. Preston commented 6, and then he said, wait, never mind on that. He might have meant 6 feet under. So, I'm not for sure. Heather says she'll take it. I need to make sure Preston was passing. I think he commented, Preston, I've got you down for maybe 6 feet under, but then I don't know if I can't see which comment you're replying to. So we'll lay that over there and figure that out. Okay, next 2 Japanese pressings while we're waiting for comments to come in. Pat Travers Band Live. This is a near mint pristine Japanese pressing. I don't think I have this one. This is, or I've never had this one. Pat Travers Band Live, go for what you know. Near mint pristine, $35 start, or yeah, $35 start. Original anti-static sleeve, lyric insert, and very nice cover of Obi. Pat Travers, $35 start on that. And the Doobie Brothers Farewell Tour. The Doobie Brothers Farewell Tour is a 2 LP, near mint, pristine Japanese pressing. The Doobie Brothers, there's 1 LP, there's the others, there's the inserts. This is also a $35 start. $35 start. 35 and 35 on those. Preston said yes on Oasis, not on 6 feet under. Okay, so that means 6 feet under goes to Jason Holtz. That goes to Jason. And Preston got the Oasis. Pat Travers Band, we got 2 bids for 35 and now 35 on the Doobie Brothers. Okay, the meters, the meters. This is that was $29.99. $29.99 live. Seals and Croft, a sudden change in genre. This was a half off record for $4.99. $4.99 on that. This sold at auction. That seems like a deal. Kiss Unmasked for $35. Kiss Unmasked for $35. $35 for Kiss Unmasked. Let me check the condition. It may have been a VG or something. Hold the phone for you. If you've went ahead and claimed it, I'll let you decide. This looks like a VG Plus record. It's VG Plus, but that is not bad. I was making sure it wasn't like a VG minus or something. So yeah. I've got, let me make sure I don't miss anything here. First, Doobie Brothers 35. That's going once, going twice. Does Voivod have the original inner sleeve? Let's see here. John Mincemoyer, it does not. No original sleeve on Voivod. No original sleeve. When are you going to post a Pablo Cruz double LP picture disc with gun? Now that would be something, a Pablo Cruz picture disc. Jeff McMaster, I've got you down for Kiss. Assume that's a VG Plus. That's yours for $35. Brian C. was second. Rich Bernstein was third. And Fred Carnell wants the Meteors. Maybe that's their E's and O's look backwards or something. Well, I guess you can have a backwards O. I guess the E's are backwards. Fred Carnell gets that, and that was $29.99. Final call on Pat Travers Band for $40. Bob McKinney. Final call on Doobie Brothers for $35. Mark Shelton. The Fairport Chronicles, Fairport Convention, $19.99. This was a half-off record. White label promo, the best of Fairport Convention. New and sealed, John Lee Hooker, Burning on red vinyl, $36.99. $36.99. John Lee Hooker, Burning, $36.99. I have another one. John Lee Hooker, Burning on red vinyl. Those are probably gone. Craft, grab those if you want them. The Accused, Nasty Cuts, $29.99. Whoville on Fairport Convention, that was $19.99. $19.99 on that. Let's see. Here's C, maybe. Face Up to It. This was $34.99. $34.99. This was a 1988 Canadian pressing. Charlie DeFrank, you were second on Fairport Convention. $46.99 for Whiplash, Ticket to Mayhem, music on vinyl pressing. This was half off at $12.49. It's an Arista AOR sampler. $12.49. Arista AOR sampler. Another Sublime, $44.99. Sublime 2LP, new and sealed. Pat Travers is sold to Bob McKinney for $40, and the Doobie Brothers is sold to Mark Shelton for $35. Joey DeFrancesco's Goodfellas. $39.99. That's a new 180 gram pressing. Heather Perry on Sublime. Carol Puckett on the Arista Sampler, and that was the half off the sticker on the back, making it $12.49. Gary Samuels, you were second. Genesis Seconds Out is $24.99. This is weird. I think he put 180 gram vinyl into a... No, this is the right one. Yeah, this is a half-speed master. This is the correct sleeve, too. Abbey Road half-speed master, 2LP, Genesis Seconds Out. That is $24.99. Hooked price. That was... what was that? Disturbed is $29.99. The Sickness. The 87 demo. The 87 demo, $15 for Breakdown. Brian C. gets the Genesis. Let me put up 2 new Japanese auctions. Where's my bin at? Right here is the bin. We've got another Stevie Wonder comp. This could be interesting. And a Van Halen 2. Let's do these. We got Van Halen 2 Diver Down, a Japanese pressing, $65 start. Van Halen Diver Down, $65 start. There's the near mint pristine vinyl. There is the inner sleeve, and there's the lyric insert. Everything looks good there. $65 start. I don't know what happened, maybe right down here on the cover. It looks like a little bit of fading or something happened with the inking. Other than that, very nice copy. That's a $65 start. And Stevie Wonder Best Collection. $35 start, near mint and pristine Stevie Wonder compilation. $35 start. Yeah, great stuff as usual. There's the original sleeve. Very nice cover of Obi. That's a $35 start. Stevie Wonder Best Collection. Okay, next comment was Breakdown. That was Jeff McMaster, and that's $15. Sean, he was right before you. John Lee Hooker Burning is $36.99. We got Warrant Dog Eat Dog for $44.99. Warrant Dog Eat Dog, $44.99. That is numbered. And Pantera Cowboys from Hell, $34.99. And The Dogfather Snoop Dogg, $39.99. Limited white and gold splatter vinyl, $39.99 on Snoop Dogg. I have a mountain of sticky notes over here. Look at all these. Plus the ones from the last bin. That's a lot of sticky notes. We need the trash can, yeah. I explained to somebody the other night about putbacks and stuff, and really the major problem is the cost of having to resell records. As you see, it costs money to resell records. That's why we don't like putbacks, and especially don't like canceled orders or non-payments. Then we really miss out. But putbacks cost us money. We're having to resell. We've spent about an hour reselling records we could have already sold. So that's why we really don't, when you claim a record, we really want to make sure that you want it. Otherwise, it probably costs us a lot more than you realize to have to cancel or put something back. So Tom Ulanowski gets the Warrant. Let's see here. Josh Ragland, you get the Seals and Croft for $5. Mike Post, Disturbed was Disturbed was $29.99. Is not Van Halen 2. That's correct. This is Van Halen Diver Down. The Dave Matthews Band was Crash. Dave Matthews Band Crash, $38.99. So far, these are all putbacks and non-payments, yes. $5 on Seals and Croft to Josh Ragland. Mike Post says he'll take the Disturbed. Yeah, the last 2 crates have been putbacks and non-payments, and this is mostly putbacks. We'll have a lot more non-payments in the next week or so. So as we purge orders. So make sure you get your invoices paid, or we'll definitely send you a reminder. But if you don't respond for a while, we just go ahead and probably remove you and resell your records. Whoville wants to know the 3X price. What was 3X? 3X price. If you could elaborate on that, I'll let you know. I'm going to run through these one more time. Let me try to get new. And let me try to get new separated. from Vintage, so we don't have any confusion here. Yes, Stun is brand new. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, I think I've got all the new back here in the back. Let's see. We did have a bid on Van Halen. Michael Bohannon's at $65. That's going twice, going 3 times to Michael Bohannon for $65. No bid yet on Stevie Wonder. If it doesn't get a bid, it'll be a $35 bot now. So let's run through these one more time. We've got Nirvana Unplugged. Now, I don't really want to sell you that one before you see this one over here. You may have missed it last week. So this is, I think, an import. It's a single LP. That's why it's $36.99. And check this one out. This just came back in, which if you're going to buy one, I'm going to sell you a cheaper one that gives you better quality, which is this one, Nirvana Unplugged. This is the 2 LP. This is the 2 LP. The one on the right, this is only $33.99. Nirvana Unplugged. This is a 2 LP. They just came back in stock last week. We've got about 15 of them left. They're only $33.99. So if you hadn't got one of these already, the 2 LPs, a little bit better sound quality. Everything here is on 1 LP, and that is $36.99. This actually may be the full. This has some rehearsals. Yeah, this one has some rehearsals, and yeah, the entire concert spread out on 3 sides, and then side 4 is the rehearsals, and that's Nirvana Unplugged. The only other Dave Matthews band we have is Under the Table and Dreamin', I think. That's the only other one we have, Troy. And then Jeff McMaster, yes, Stun is brand new. Jeff McMaster Stun is $38.99. This has their hit song 1 Week on it. That is $38.99. Gary Samuels, I'll put you on the waiting list for Albert King and Stevie Ray Vaughan. Gary Samuels on the waiting list for Albert King and Stevie Ray Vaughan. Van Halen's at $68, back on top of Michael Bohannon, and Mark Shelton's out. Brent Rabley wants a 2 LP Nirvana. Anybody else? We've got a bunch of those. Helmet, Unlive, 1991, $36.99. Slayer, South of Heaven, $36.99. Tangerine Dream, 2 LP Orange Vinyl Zeit, $39.99. Rush, Power Windows, $36.99. We have another Sublime, $44.99. Smashing Pumpkins, $99.99. Flock of Seagulls, that's on orange vinyl, $36.99. Pearl Jam 10, $28.99. The Essential SRV, $36.99. Warrant Dog Eat Dog, $44.99. 2 John Lee Hooker Burn-ins left, $36.99. Whiplash is $46.99. Pantera, $34.99. The Dogfather, Snoop Doggy Dogg, colored vinyl, $39.99. And Dave Matthews Band Crash. That's all the new LPs that's in here. We need to pull Edward, a Nirvana 2 LP. I don't have any more over here, but we also need to pull Flock of Seagulls for David Eberly. And we need to pull Jeff McMaster a Stunt right here. That's so to Jeff McMaster. And I need to grab a 2 LP. Or if Tanner, if you want to grab a couple of those, I'll probably put some up here in one of these new arrival. Now, this is all the pre-owned or used stuff that was in the putback. Frankie Valli was half off at $5. Cellcat was half off at $10. Jay Giles Band was a fairly new arrival at $29.99. Fleetwood Mac Rumors, $32.99. New York City Mayhem, $29.99. The Undead was $34.99. Vomitory was $34.99, I think. There's another Vomitory. We have Voivod was $69.99. The Accused was $29.99. Hearsay, maybe, was $34.99. And the Goodfellas was $39.99. Let's sell Michael Bohannon, the Nirvana, for $68. If anybody wants Stevie Ray Vaughan, this is a 35. What's that? Stevie Ray Vaughan. Did I say sticky? I think you need to clean your ears out, Seth. You're having trouble hearing tonight. Stevie Ray Vaughan. Stevie Wonder is a $35 buy it now. Stevie Ray Wonder. Stevie Von Wonder. Stevie Von Wonder. Y'all get what I'm saying. Roger Ramjet also wants a Nirvana 2 LP. It's up here in its own custom bin. Not that one. Yeah. Yeah, we've sold 2 so far. That's only the ones we need. All right. Who gets Stevie Ray Wonder? Michael Spradling. Yeah, could you imagine Stevie Ray Vaughan playing the guitar for Stevie Wonder? That'd be a pretty good mix. Now, if you've never listened to the David Bowie Let's Dance album, there's a couple killer songs on there. And forever I wondered why I liked the guitar playing so much, and then I found out it was Stevie Ray Vaughan. So that's what happens. 35. All righty. Sorry I had to step to the back. Pearl Jam Versus is $34.99. Did Stevie Ray Vaughan play on Let's Dance? Stevie Ray Vaughan, the David Bowie Let's Dance album, Stevie Ray Vaughan is lead guitar. What's that one song? Fighting fire with fire or something like that. That's a great one. Okay, this is Putting Out Fire with Gasoline, I think is what he says. That's the song. That's a great one. He does a solo in that one. Heather Perry gets a Pearl Jam Versus. If anybody else wants one, they're $34.99. This is a bin of vintage. I'm going to go through them. I'm going to tell you the price. It's buy it now, best offer. We have David Bowie, Scary Monsters, $24.99. David Bowie, Scary Monsters, $24.99. Cat People, that's the song. Thank you, Craig. Tom Petty, Hypnotic Eye, $24.99. Moody Blues, To Our Children's Children. This is $19.99. This is, I think, a Friday Music. No, it's just 180 gram, but that is a remastered Moody Blues. So far, those first 3 are all 180 gram. Randy Newman, Sail Away, $24.99 for Randy Newman, Sail Away. Joe Sloop first on Tom Petty. We have David Bowie, Lodger. David Bowie, Lodger is $24.99. Moody Blues, this was a music on vinyl pressing on a Threshold of a Dream, $19.99. Steve Miller Band, Brave New World, $19.99 for Steve Miller Band, Brave New World. Every Good Boy Deserves Favor. That's another 180 gram Moody Blues record. I'll put that back here with the other. $19.99. Kevin Willis, You Were Second on Tom Petty. I think I have those new and sealed. I'll check though. Pisces, Aquarius, Capricorn, and Jones, $14.99. $14.99. Pisces, Aquarius. That's a Rhino reissue. The Monkees Headquarters. These are all near mint and pristine. They're Rhino reissues though. Very nice copies. $14.99. Days of Future Past. $49.99 for Days of Future Past. This is a Friday Music 180 gram pressing of Days of Future Past. $49.99. Michael Nath wants Moody Blues, Threshold of a Dream, the music on vinyl pressing. Sell that to Michael Nath. Scary Monsters for $17.50. Scary Monsters. Sell that to Fred Carnell for $17.50. Dale Cooper wants the Days of Future Past. That's a sticker. Scary Monsters is $17.50. More of the Monkees. That's a Rhino for $19.99. Johnny Winter. That's a self-titled album. $24.99 from Friday Music. $24.99. Ian McLaughlin. Bump in the Night in shrink wrap. $9.99. Ian McLaughlin Troublemaker. Also $9.99. Bill Wyman Monkey Grip. $19.99. Willie and the Poor Boys, Great Rock and Roll, $24.99. Bill Wyman, Charlie Watts, Jimmy Page, Paul Rogers, that is $24.99. Bill Wyman, Willie and the Poor Boys, a couple of Stones-related records there. Michael Nath, first to Johnny Winter. Chris DeMoss was second. Is More of the Monkees black or colored vinyl? This is black, I believe. John Young. It is. More of the Monkeys is on black vinyl. And he said Chris can have the Johnny Winter. So tag Johnny Winter here with Chris DeMoss instead of Michael Nath. Brandon Jackson on Bill Wyman. That's sold to Brandon Jackson. Was Steve Miller Band vintage? If so, I'll take it. Let me make sure. Yes, this is a Green Capital reissue. It's probably, I think that's late 70s, early 80s. I'm going to put you down for it. Let me know if that's not right. That's sold to Roger Ramjet. Jimmy says he'll do Lodger for $17.50. You got it. Sell that to Jimmy for $17.50. And we still got Wheel and the Poor Boys. Peter Wolf, $9.99. Come as you are. Let's see. Michael Hunt, I don't check messages. That's what Josh does. We kind of really get done with messages on Mondays and Wednesdays. Sometimes we get to see them on Tuesdays, but if you send a message, give us 24, 48 hours, especially if you send it on a Tuesday. It could be Wednesday before we reply. But I went through messages last night, people who had messaged the page wanting to sell records. I have a list this long all over the country. I've got to pick somebody out and go buy a collection. Lou Reed, Rock and Roll Animal, $19.99. That's 180 gram. Eagles, The Long Run, $24.99. This is also a new 180 gram pressing of that. $24.99. Sell Gary Samuels, Willie and the Poor Boys for $20. That's sold to Gary Samuels. Creedence Clearwater, Mardi Gras. That's a Back to Black reissue, $19.99. And John Fogerty, Blue Moon Swamp. This is Barnes & Noble, 180 gram blue vinyl edition, John Fogerty, $59.99. $59.99. Tim Holloway, Peter Wolf is $8 if you want that. $8 on Peter Wolf, and Michael Nath takes the Creedence. Okay, let me get some new auctions going. Let me lay those over there in pending. Michael got that. We'll see if Tim wants Peter Wolf. I got some more Japanese pressings like Howard Jones and like the Fame soundtrack. Let's do 25 and 35. Actually, let's do 25 and $25 and $35 starts. Howard Jones is an EX copy. EX, very nice. Obi and inserts. Howard Jones, Dream into Action, $25 start. And the Fame soundtrack. Fame soundtrack, that's a $35 start. Tim Holloway's good with Peter Wolf at $8. That John Fogerty is now out of print, by the way. Madonna is not cheap. Madonna is $159.99. And that's because it's on colored vinyl. It's on colored vinyl. This is $159.99. It's the colors there that kind of match the cover. This is on black vinyl as well, a lot cheaper. The colored vinyl, kind of pricey, $159.99. Lou Reed Street Hassle. Lou Reed Street Hassle, $19.99. Lou Reed New Sensation. New Sensations, $34.99. 30th anniversary of Lou Reed and John Cale's tribute to Andy Warhol, and a.k.a. Drella. 2 LP with etching, $49.99, limited to 8,500. Joni Mitchell, Wild Things Run Fast. This is $19.99. Fred Carnell says $15 for Lou Reed. I think at the time, the only one I had shown was Rock and Roll Animal. Sell that to Fred Carnell for $15. Got that for Fred. Anthony Phillips, Wise After the Event. This is $14.99. James Bragg wants Joni Mitchell. I have Some Girls by the Stones, original copy. Is it worth anything? The original unedited copy, if it's in really bad condition, $10 to $20. If it's in really good condition, $50 or $60. Susie Breedlove on Anthony. First of all, Troy, we're looking for a $25 start on Howard Jones. Susie wants Anthony Phillips. That's so to Susie. Records are very important based on the condition. You can have a very beat up record and you probably couldn't give it away. If it's scratched, damaged, warped, less than $5, you can have something near mint and shrink wrap or sealed, and it could be worth hundreds of dollars, the same record. Ron Wood, I've got my own album to do. That's a Friday Music blue vinyl, $29.99 on Ron Wood on blue vinyl. The Church Gold Afternoon or Gold Afternoon. What's this one called? Gold Afternoon Fix. The Church, $29.99. And Cyndi Lauper, She's So Unusual, $24.99. That's an OG US pressing. Michael Bohannon wants Street Hassle. That was Lou Reed. That's sold to Michael Bohannon. Howard Jones, 25, now 27, 27, 28. Los Lobos, How Will the Wolf Survive? $14.99 for Los Lobos. Nick Lowe, Labor of Lust, $19.99. Nick Lowe, that's a 180 gram remaster of that. Tony Shore, First on the Church. That's sold to Tony Shore. John Cougar Mellencamp, The Lonesome Jubilee, $19.99 for John Cougar Mellencamp, The Lonesome Jubilee, $19.99. Nick Lowe, Ian Lloyd and Stories is $14.99. And Marshall Tucker Band, Together Forever, $14.99. Brian C. First to Los Lobos. John Ambrosic, you were second. Joni Mitchell, Hajara, $19.99 on Joni Mitchell. Joni Mitchell, Don Juan's Reckless Daughter, also $19.99. Johnny Winter, Second Winter, Friday Music Reissue, $24.99 on Johnny Winter. Buku of Blues, Ringo Starr, 1970 Winchester Press, $34.99. Very nice looking, $34.99. Howard Jones is at 33. James Bragg wants the first Joni Mitchell. That's sold to James Bragg. And we have Ringo Starr, Sentimental Journey, another 1970 Winchester Press in shrink wrap, $34.99. Brandon Butler on Cyndi Lauper. Let me find that right here. That's sold to Brandon Butler, Cyndi Lauper. David Bowie, Diamond Dogs, $24.99 for Diamond Dogs, $24.99. That's not supposed to be in here, but it's Collective Soul. Vibrating on blue vinyl. I think it's our last copy. It has an embossed little signal or symbol here. Collective Soul is $31.99. That's a new LP. Rick Wakeman, Six Wives of Henry VIII, $14.99. And The Hissing of Summer Lawns, Joni Mitchell, $19.99. Let's see. Brandon Butler, we've already pulled that. Howard Jones, 35. Josh Ragland, First to David Bowie. We've got Howard Jones at 37, and Chris DeMoss was First to Collective Soul. James Bragg, let me take down your name and see if we can still get this, because that was a new release for the first of the year. So we'll put James Bragg on a waiting list for Collective Soul. Vibrating. Jeff Malwitz was First to Rick Wakeman. Alan, you were second. Let's see here. Gary Samuels, we got you down for the ZZ Top for $58. Johnny Winter, Third Degree, $19.99. Genesis is $24.99. I think this is a live bootleg. Genesis, $24.99. Lou Reed, The Bells, $19.79, $34.99. The Beach Boys, Surf's Up is a 1971 Terre Haute press, $34.99. Surf's Up. Last bid I see on Howard Jones is $37 to Troy Robinson. That's going twice, going 3 times. Alan, of course, we already sold Rick Wakeman. John Young said Sentimental Journey from Ringo. John, I will do $29.99 on that one. Once again, we are $10 apart. James Bragg says, sounds good. That's a waiting list for Collective Soul. And we're going to sell Edward Joni Mitchell for $15. That's sold to Edward Star Wars. Americathon soundtrack is $19.99. No Man's Lad, Lena Lovitch, $19.99. Gold stamp promo. And Queen, A Night at the Opera. The vinyl is in VG Plus condition, $24.99. VG Plus condition and VG cover. Has some writing and some stains. We're going to sell Mark Shelton, The Genesis Unofficial, for $20. And Michael Bohannon wants Queen at sticker. Tom, we've already sold Queen. What was the last Johnny Winter? That was Third Degree, $19.99. What are gold stamp promos? That is this right here. It says promotional, for promotion only. Ownership reserved by CBS, sales unlawful. It's a very common stamp on records that were issued as promo copies. A lot of times they did that instead of making the white labels like they did on a lot of other pressings. So there's some records that promo copies are just gold stamped. There's some where you'll see a gold stamp promo, a white label, and it'll even have a strip on the front. But some are just gold stamp promos. The value really starts increasing when it's a white label. You actually get a promo label. That's what's important. I have a lot of people tell me, I've got a bunch of gold stamp promos. And I say, well, we probably have thousands of them. Some are pretty pricey. On the right records, a gold stamp promo. I've seen somebody had a gold stamp promo white album, but it was a MoFi pressing. In a Facebook group today, it was a MoFi pressing, white album, and had a gold stamp promo. And I was like, now that's something I've never seen. That's something I've never seen. Chris Kirkley, 15 on John Cougar. Let's sell that to Chris Kirkley. Marshall's out on Howard Jones. Let's go ahead and sell that to Troy Robinson for $37. We're going to sell Charles Hantz, the Monkeys headquarters, for $10. And now the only person I've got to do a deal with is John Young. I think that's the only deal we didn't reach in on this one. Sell that to Charles for $10. If anybody wants the Fame soundtrack, it's a $35 buy it now, and so is Mr. Mister, Welcome to the Real World. Those are $35 buy it nows. Put Nirvana back here. That was a good crate. Let me run through those one more time. Let you know everything that's still left in here. There's a lot of represses in here, as in 180-gram remasters. I'll read the titles. If you see anything you want, let me know. Or a bundle, or 2 or 3 of different albums. Moody Blues. Randy Newman, Sell Away. Pisces, Aquarius, Capricorn, and Jones. More of the Monkeys, Ian McLaughlin. Eagles, The Long Run. John Fogerty, Blue Moon Swamp. Madonna, The Immaculate Collection. Lou Reed, New Sensations. Lowest price on Madonna, $159.99. Let's say 10, that's 16. I'd put it down there. Let's say 20. That's $140. James Bragg, I'll sell that to you for $135. I'll sell it to you for $135. Kevin Willis says JW15. I have a feeling that's the Johnny Winter here he does not have. So yeah, sell that to Kevin Willis for $15. We're also going to sell Charles Hantz, the other Monkeys album, for $10. So that's $15 to Kevin. That's Charles for $10. We're going to sell Madonna to James Bragg for $135. Next was Americathon Price. Gary Samuels, that was $19. Original soundtrack. Both Moody's for $25. I can't do that. That would be closer to... well, we're close. I'll do both of those for $30. $30 for both of those. They're 180-gram remasters. The Long Run is $24.99. 180 gram, $24.99. And Brian, these are already sold. Both of these are sold to Jeff Malwitz for $15 and $15. The Eagles was $24.99. Lou Reed and John Cale, 30th anniversary edition, $49.99. Ron Wood, I've got my own album to do. That's on blue vinyl, $29.99. Nick Lowe, Labor of Lust, $19.99. Nick Lowe, Labor of Lust. Ian Lloyd and Stories is $14.99. And the Marshall Tucker Band, $14.99. Together Forever. Joni Mitchell, Johnny Winter, the only one left, Second Winter. Buku of Blues, that one messes with me. Buku of Blues, Ringo Starr, another Ringo, Sentimental Journey. Lou Reed, The Bells, Beach Boys, Surfs Up, and Lena Lovitch. We have 2 people who've offered $20 for the Eagles, and Brent McKinney asked first, so that's Brent McKinney's for $20. Dan Triaga, I have to sell that to him. So that is sold to Brent McKinney for $20. Dan, you were second. Bundle deal on both Ringos. I think I said $29 for one. If you're buying both of them, I'll do 28 and 28. They're both 1970 Winchesters. 28 and 28. 20 and 20 is 40. 8 and 8, 16 plus 40. That's $56 for both of them. $56 on both of those, Michael Potts. John Porter offered $10 for Marshall Tucker Band. I'm going to go ahead and sell that to John Porter. Collective Soul Self-Titled is not available. Collective Soul Self-Titled is not available. How much is Second Winter? Johnny Winter is $24.99. That's a Friday Music. That's a Friday Music 180-gram reissue of that. Jack says Surf's Up price, $34.99. 1971 Terre Haute press. And we're going to sell these to Michael Potts for $28 and $28. Sell those to Michael Potts. Now, there's not much left in this bin. Let's go through this one more time. I'm just going to read titles. Beach Boys, Johnny Winter, Lana Lovitch, Lou Reed, Joni Mitchell, Ian Lloyd, Nick Lowe, Ron Wood, John Cale, and Lou Reed. Americathon, Lou Reed, John Fogerty, Ian McLaughlin, The Only Monkeys album left, and Randy Newman. And we're going to sell Jack the Beach Boys for $30 and Randy Newman price and condition. We got Randy Newman Sell Away. It's $24.99. That's a fairly new 180 gram repressing of that. $24.99. $24.99. New Sensations. Lou Reed, New Sensations is $34.99. Perfect copy. Black RCA label. I've got another crate I'm about to bring up. Let me go do that. We've been through 2 crates. We've been through, not counting new vinyl, we've been through 4 crates. 2 of them was putbacks. I've got some more like this that I'm about to put up. Not before I introduce some Japanese auctions, before I take off to the back to get them. We got an Asia self-titled debut Japanese pressing and another Billy Joel, which is 52nd Street. And these are both near mint and pristine. Never mind. Asia is a check condition record. This has a fillable mark on it. Asia, $25 start on that one. I'll show that in detail in just a second. You might want to go ahead and bid. And then we have Billy Joel, 52nd Street. That is a $30 start. I'll show that, and that one is perfect. And we're going to sell Rich Group, the Randy Newman, for $20. Let's sell that to Rich Group for $20. Okay, let me go grab a new crate of records. So the schedule for this week, this is Tuesday. We had a sale last night. We're having sales Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So 4 more this week. And I don't know what else to say. Okay. This crate's heavy. That's 4 more chances to dig up all things. I'm not going to the back room. I'm going to like 10 steps away. Austin, have you ever seen videos or pictures of our back room? I don't think you realize the vastness and how many records are back there. I mean, it's hard to walk. There's a couple billion records back there. Seth forgets sometimes he's pretty low on the totem pole here, as in last. So. Queen Elizabeth II, $14.99. Chucky from Child's Play 2, $14.99. Megadeth, Vic Rattlehead. We had a pre-order on these. They're in. They'll be on this week's order. I'll read off the pre-order list tomorrow. We don't have all these tagged yet, but I got a bunch of them. Megadeth, that's $14.99. Chris Stapleton, $14.99. That's a few Funkos. We've had that one before. That's 3 new ones. We already got Brent, Queen Elizabeth tagged. He asked for one earlier. Brent Rabley wants a Queen Elizabeth. I think Edward also wants one. Jetted, I still have the JDC mixers. I still have those. And give y'all a look-see. Yeah, well, I'll post. Sometimes I do walkthroughs back there. I'll go live from the back room and just kind of show everybody what's going on. I hadn't done that in a while, though. But, yeah, it's pretty impressive. I think Edward wants Queen Elizabeth. I don't know if it's impressive or a disaster. A little bit of both. Justin Ethers wants a Megadeth. And Chucky and Chris Stapleton. So there's another Megadeth for Justin Nethers and Edwards on a Queen Elizabeth. Okay. And make sure the other one goes to Brent Rabley. Let's go through this crate. Susie wants Chucky, Chris, and a pick. I'm not for sure what the last one is. Okay, money sitting on a shelf. That is for sure. We can't sell them fast enough. The Blues Brothers, VG Plus, $19.99. The Blues Brothers, VG Plus, $19.99, and a Pikachu. Okay, I don't know if we still have those, but I'll check. I don't know if it was Pikachu either. I think it was Raichu, which is a little bit different. Earth, Wind, and Fire, but Susie, I will probably need to order more of those anyway. Earth, Wind, and Fire, That's the Way of the World. $14.99 for EWF, Earth, Wind, and Fire. There's the same Blues Brothers record. Oh yeah, our inventory. Rob, I remember when we used to could walk through the store and it made a big loop. Not anymore. The Very Best of Hank Williams, EX copy in shrink wrap, $17.99. Red Polydor label. Big Bill Brunsey sings folk songs, EX copy, $34.99. Jeff Beck, Truth, a VG copy for $9.99. Jesse Hood also wants a Queen Elizabeth Funko. You've got it. Team B to Go Go, the Starfires. This is VG Plus $24.99. This is a buy it now or make an offer. I prefer for you to buy them now. Men at Work, Business as Usual, VG Plus $14.99. Men at Work, Business as Usual, VG Plus $14.99. Who can it be now? Jeff Beck. Team Beat, Jethro Tull. This was VG Plus $14.99, 1970 reissue, $14.99. We're going to sell Calvin Ward, Earth, Wind, and Fire for $10. We're going to sell Michael Nath, Big Bill Brunsey for $30. Those are sold and sold. Rock and Roll Reflection, Orphan, VG Plus $14.99. Eagles, One of These Nights, VG Plus on the vinyl, $24.99. Joe Sloop first to Jethro Tull. That's sold to Joe Sloop. Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits Volume 2, VG Plus $29.99. Susie also wants a Queen Funko, Queen Elizabeth, not Freddie Mercury. So we need one for Jesse Hood and one for Susie. So now we got a waiting list for that. Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits Volume 2, super clean copy, even for a VG Plus, $29.99. Chris DeMoss gets the Eagles. John Porter, you were second. Chris Christopherson, VG Plus $39.99. VG Plus $39.99, 1971 press. We have Three Dog Night Harmony is VG Plus $14.99. Three Dog Night Harmony in shrink wrap, VG Plus $14.99. And Stephen Steele's Manassas. This is a VG Plus $19.99. Stephen Steele's Manassas, VG Plus $19.99. Let's see here. We got two offers on Men at Work, $12.50 and $9.99. Kelly Cook was first. Kelly, this can be yours for $12.50. If you pass, it's Fred Carnell III's. And then right after that, we're going to sell Gary Samuel's Truth, Jeff Beck Truth, and Joe Sloop gets the Stephen Steele's Manassas. That's sold to Joe Sloop. Dr. Hook, Bankrupt, $19.99 for Dr. Hook Bankrupt. Boz Scaggs Moments, $19.99. Earlier album of his, we don't get as often as, let's say, the others. The Leaves, All the Good That's Happening, flashback. 1967 Scranton Press, mono, promo copy, $59. There are some Beatles. I've seen some Beatles albums with those promo markings. Free? Pretty sure I have. I think they're quite scarce, but maybe on eBay. Speaking of the Beatles, Real Music, $34.99. This has the booklet with it, the Beatles Real Music, $34.99. You can give it to Fred. So Fred Carnell's going to get Men at Work for $12.50. We're going to sell John Duran, Dr. Hook for $15. And we're going to sell Tommy Flowers, Boz Scaggs for $15. Elvis Costello, Man Out of Time, 1982 UK, $14.99. Pat Benatar, Seven the Hard Way. That is a sealed copy. I'm going to go ahead and just end these auctions and make them buy it now. I don't know if I actually really showed them in detail. But Asia is a VG copy, Japanese press for $25. And if anybody wants Billy Joel, that was a $30 buy it now. So those are buy it nows. I don't have a sticker on the back of Pat Benatar. This is a sealed copy of 7 the hard way. It is sealed, and I'm going to put that up. By the way, the shrink wrap on this is very tight. This is the problem with sealed records. Sometimes the shrink wrap can stay on it too long, and you have this problem here where the cover is almost bending, but that can be corrected. That is a $10 start. Sealed Pat Benatar 7 the hard way. We'll put that up for auction. Brian Sharkey. It's a gold stamp promo too. Brian Sharkey gets the Billy Joe for $30. Yeah, gold stamp promo. That's up for auction. Okay, Killer Joe's International Discotheque. International Discotheque. That is 1965, 1999. Steve Hunter, Swept Away. Steve Hunter is 1999. Johnny Paycheck, I Don't Need to Know That Right Now. 1983 sealed. 1999 Earth, Wind, and Fire. Spirit, Earth, Wind, and Fire, $14.99. And we have Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, Deja Vu, $39.99. 1970 OG CTH press, $39.99. Super clean. How did that still stick around? Lynn's Farn, Nicely Out of Tune, $19.99 for Lynn's Farn. Lynn's Farn again. Roll On Ruby, $19.99. And Carl and the Passion, So Tough, the Beach Boys Pet Sounds, 1972, $49.99. Live for Ireland, U2, Elvis Costello, etc. Boomtown Rats, that's $19.99. The Best of Elvis Costello, The Man, that's a UK pressing, $24.99. And John Cale, Guts, $19.99. We're going to sell Calvin Ward, Earth, Wind, and Fire for $10. And high bid on Pat Benatar, we have 10, 10, 12, 15, and now 17 with Calvin Ward. I've got a bin of, actually, somebody asked for Beatles. I got a bin of Japanese Beatles to bring up, Japanese pressings. $30. And I grabbed a record out of a Murfreesboro crate that was just laying on top. It's a crate I was going to work on last night, and I ran out of time. And it's a Randy Travis record, an original. Let me grab that. We got Randy Travis, Always and Forever. This is from that batch of stuff in Murfreesboro. I think there's a country crate back there. I've got to work on that. I told y'all he had all genres. Near mint, it looks like it's pristine. This is probably something that he bought sealed and opened. Randy Travis, Always and Forever, $20 start. $20 start. Features the hit song Forever and Ever and Ever Amen. Fred Carnell said Live for $15. I think that was the Live for Ireland. Sell that to Fred Carnell for $15. Pat Benatar 18. Pat Benatar 19. Pat Benatar 20. Carl and the Passion's Condition. Carl and the Passion's Condition is $49.99, and it is near mint minus, EX Plus. Very nice copy. Very nice copy of that. Who asked that? Tim Tolbert. Yes, very nice copy. Let's see here. Randy 20. Mark offered 30 for CSN. Go ahead and sell that to Mark Cunningham for $30. Randy Travis 25, 22, 22, 30. And we have Calvin Ward at 27. Brinsley and Schwartz Original Golden Greats is 1974 UK. That is $24.99. Tim Curry, Read My Lips, $19.99. Don Juan's Reckless Daughter, Joni Mitchell, $29.99. And The Inmates, First Offense. The Inmates is $19.99. Rare Earth in Concert is $29.99. And Neil Young and Crazy Horse Live Rust, $54.99, 1979. Let me get caught up here in the comments. So last bid I seen on Pat Benatar was $20 with Clay Moore. That's a sealed copy of 7 the Hard Way Gold Stamp Promo. That was $20, and never mind, Michael Nath bid 21. So 21 of Michael Nath. We had Randy Travis at 20. We sold Mark Cunningham this for 30. Randy Travis 25. Randy Travis 22. 22 30. Randy Travis 27. Randy Travis 35. Matthew Christ offered 13 for the Hank Sr. Sell that to Matthew for 13. How much on the John Kell Guts? That was $19.99, Gavin. $19.99, and very nice. Original inner sleeve too. Mark Shelson said 25 on CS, and that was CS. That might have been something that I've recently shown, maybe. Let me know what's that? Yeah, Deja Vu's already sold. We sold that for 30. Pat Benatar, Michael was at 21. Jocko Belli's at 24. Michael's out. And Chris Ferraris is Carl and the Passions. It was $49.99. So 24 on Pat. Randy Travis is at 35 with Sherry Darnell. And we're going to sell Gavin John Kell for 15. Lena Lovich, new toy, $14.99. Robin Gibb, Secret Agent, $14.99. The Great Fatsby, Leslie West in Shrink, $24.99. John Cougar, American Full, $19.99. The Box Tops Dimensions, $19.99. And Talk to Me, Sonny and the Sunliners, $99.99, 1964 mono. We're going to sell Tim Tolbert, the Carl and the Passions, for $44. He asked about that one earlier. Sell that to Tim for $44. We're going to sell Brian C., the Blues Brothers, for $10. No, that one was, I thought that was $14.99. Brian C., I'll sell this to you for $14.99. I said yes because I thought I had it marked VG Plus $14.99. It's VG Plus $19.99. I will sell that to you, though, for $15. And Roger Ramjet was next on Carl and the Passions. He was willing to pay sticker price. That's okay. I've already sold it to Tim for $44. 2020 is $19.99. Where the Boys Are soundtrack. Where the Boys Are, 1984, $19.99. Josh Duvall, we've already sold Madonna. I sold that for $135. The Best of Manfred Mann. The Best of Manfred Mann with a unique cover, $19.99. See, I tell you all the time, I sell stuff sometimes too fast. 10 seconds later, there'll be either somebody claiming it at full price or offering like more. But we're a fast-paced show, so make sure you offer fast. You probably end up getting something. John Denver Windsong, $9.99. And Ricky Skaggs, Waiting for the Sun to Shine, $14.99. Who wanted the Blues Brothers? Who asked about that one? Brian C. Brian, let me know if you want this for $15. If not, we're going to sell it to Matthew. And Edward said 15 on Manfred Mann. Sell that to Edward for 15. I'm also going to sell these two auctions. Pat Benatar is sold to Jocko Belli Dante for $24. And Sherry Darnell gets Randy Travis for $35. I guess I just need to bring that crate up here and auction some of those off. Huh? But I went back there and grabbed a bin of Beatles. I've got Let It Be, a collection of Beatles oldies. Oldies. Star Club, Hollywood Bowl, John Lennon Shaved Fish, The Beatles Ballads, Sometime in New York City, Meet the Beatles, The White Album, Beatles Rarities, Help, Beatles Greatest, London Town, a Michael Jackson Thriller, and a Wham. Let's do London Town and a Let It Be, which is VG Plus vinyl. We have Paul McCartney London Town, UK Flag Series. This is going to be a $35 start. $35 start for London Town. Near mint pristine Japanese vinyl. It has the original inner sleeve and a Japanese insert. Very nice cover with Obi with a little luck. That's a $35 start. McCartney and Wings. And then the Beatles, Let It Be. We've got this one, VG Plus. Let's see what's going on with this one. VG Plus. Still not bad, especially for a Japanese LP. We're going to put this up for a $30 start. The Beatles, Let It Be. There's the LP. There's the original black inner sleeve. There's the Japanese insert. The cover's also VG Plus, has the Apple Obi. Someone's got a label maker strip here on the cover. Gatefold, of course. $30 start on that. Brian passed on the Blues Brothers, so that went to Matthew Chris for $15. Kelly Cook is going to get the Elvis Costello Greatest Hits for $19.99. That's still in here. That's Kelly Cook's for $19.99. Any Beatles Japanese red vinyl. We had one the other night, but I don't know. I don't think any of these are. Nope. 30 on Let It Be, 35 on London Town. Uriah Heep, Salisbury, $19.99 on Uriah Heep, Salisbury. Rare Bird, Epic Forest, $29.99 on Rare Bird. War, All Day Music, 1971 Terre Haute, $34.99 for War, All Day Music. Barnstorm, Joe Walsh, great Joe Walsh album, $19.99. Sell John Porter, Uriah Heep for $15. Julius Hemphill, Coon Business, $34.99, 1975 promo copy. Arlo Guthrie, $19.99. Bob Dylan and the Band, $44.99. Bad Company, Desolation Angels, that's a VG copy, $9.99. Ernest Tubb sings Jimmy Rogers. Ernest Tubb sings Jimmy Rogers. That's $9.99. Bruce Springsteen box set, $49.99. That's a 5 LP. The Amazing Rhythm Aces. The Amazing Rhythm Aces is $14.99. The Atlanta Rhythm section is $9.99. The Moody Blues, A Question of Balance, $19.99. And the Beatles Christmas album. It's a bootleg, unofficial, $74.99. Brian C. put HE, but he meant JW. And that was for Joe Walsh. That's sold to Brian C. Steve Botsford gets the Bad Company. John Ambrosic, you were second. And Brian Sharkey is at 30 on Let It Be. I'm going to go ahead and sell it to you. Brian Sharkey gets Let It Be for $30. If anybody wants London Town, it's a $35 buy it now. Paul McCartney, London Town. Paul McCartney, or you could just call it Wings, I guess. Wings, London Town, $35 buy it now. Asia is a VG copy, $25 buy it now. Mr. Mister, $35 buy it now. And the Fame soundtrack, $35 buy it now. That's the only 4 auctions we've put up tonight and has not got bids or sold for the buy it now. Let's see here. Yes. Michael Potts gets the London Town. Michael Potts on London Town. And Carlene says BS 30. That was none of these. Carlene, let me know. Let me know what that was. Okay, next two. We got two more. If you want to bid on this one, put white for White Album because we're going to be running 2 Beatles auctions. This is UK Flag Series number 10 on Apple. The Beatles White Album, embossed cover, stereo. This one is serial numbered. The Obi back here is ripped, as you can see. It has 1 photo and 2 photos. We're missing Paul and George. Excuse me, we're missing Paul and John. We've got Ringo and George there. So 2 photos, 2 of 4 photos, no poster. The vinyl is near mint and pristine. Very nice vinyl. Very nice vinyl. We're going to start this at a bargain. This is a $55 start. The Beatles White Album, $55 start. Japanese quality vinyl. It's missing some photos. Got a rip on the Obi. The vinyl's super nice though. We've sold really nice pristine ones for over 100 before that are complete. And then we have Help. Help is going to be a $45 start. Near mint. Very nice vinyl. There's the original inner sleeve. It's got an alternate back, the Japanese pressings do, than the US, or I think even the UK. Comes as a gatefold. Apple, very nice cover in Obi. That's a $45 start. Okay, then a couple questions. What Asia was that? Steve, that was Asia self-titled. It's VG just because it has one fillable mark. Other than that, the vinyl is pristine. Mr. and Fame for 60. I've turned down 30 on this, I think, 3 times tonight. So I have to have 35 for that one. And my best price on Fame would be 30. So Jamie, $5 more and they're both yours. $65. $65, and I don't think Jamie's going to say no to that. Carlene, Bruce Springsteen, I will sell that to you for $40 if you want it. You said I got it 50, you said 30. I'll sell that to you for $40 if you want it, Carlene. Nigel's at 45 on Help. Robert's at 55 on the White Album. Stephen Chesney, let me know what P was for. Help 45 with Roger Ramjet. James Bragg, we got 3 people at 45, now 4 people. And Jamie Miller takes both of those for 65. Okay, let me read through these titles one time. We have not gone back through this bin a second time. First, we're going to sell Carlene the Bruce box for $40. I'm going to start from the back, and I'm just going to read titles. If you want to make any offers or if you need prices, let me know. High bid on White Album's 55. High bid on Help is 52. The Starfires, Team B to Go-Go. Orphan. Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits Volume 2. Christofferson. Three Dog Night Harmony. The Doobie Brothers. The Leaves. The Beatles, Real Music. Trying to keep all the Beatles together. I think I filled up one entire crate so far of Beatles albums, but mostly it's the solo albums. If y'all want to see those, I need to go through them because it can be one of those things where we've got 5 of the same Paul McCartney album. I might can discount it and we can give out to the first 5 people. So I'm going to go grab that bin in just a second. Elvis Costello, Man Out of Time. Killer Joe's, International Discotheque. Steve Hunter, Johnny Paycheck. Lynn's Farn, Brinsley Schwartz. Tim Curry, Joni Mitchell. The Inmates, Rare Earth with a really cool backpack cover. Neil Young, Live Rust. Lena Lovitch, Robin Gibb. Leslie West, John Cougar. The Box Tops, Sonny and the Sunliners. 2020, Where the Boys Are 84 soundtrack. John Denver, Ricky Skaggs, Rare Bird, War, Julius Hemphill, Arlo Guthrie, Bob Dylan, The Band, Ernest Tubb, Amazing Rhythm Aces, Atlanta Rhythm Section, Moody Blues, and then the Beatles Christmas album, Unofficial. Okay, high bid on the White Album. Robert Burke still has this at 55. Very nice vinyl. Has a torn obi on the back. 2 of 4 photos, missing the poster. Decent cover. It's embossed and serial numbered. Final call on that for 55. Then Help, we got up to 52, then 55, 59, then 60, and then 62. And Craig wants to know the price on RE. RE was RE. Rare Earth. Rare Earth is $29.99. Leslie West was $24.99. You never have to apologize for asking a price. The Great Gatsby was in shrink wrap, $24.99. Help is at $65. Sherry, The Leaves is $59.99. All the good that's happening. Flashback. It's a promotional copy in mono in shrink wrap. 67 Scranton, $59.99. Roger Ramjet says he'll take the Fatsby. Leslie West. We're going to sell Steve Botsford Asia for $20. Help is at $74 with James Bragg. Help is at $67 with Tony Shore. James Bragg still high bidder at $74. And price on War. War was $34.99, I believe. All Day Music. That's a great song. All Day Music, $34.99. Very clean vinyl. Kelly Cook. All righty. So the White Album goes uncontested. $55. That's sold to Robert Burke. Right now the battle is on Help with James Bragg at $74. What was pending? Rare Earth, The Leaves, and War. Kelly passes. Tony's at 75 on Help. And what else was I just thought about something to go through. Let me show Yeah, let me go through this discount bin over here, I think. Right, Seth?
Go through this.
Okay, you don't have to get so angry. Well, actually, this is a partial putback bin. Are they? Oh, yeah, we got these George Straits and Guns N' Roses over here, too. I'm going to show these. We have a waiting list for that. Yeah, let me grab this. Tanner, can you help me go ahead and set that crate off? Because I'm coming with this crate right now. I would greatly appreciate your help. Because I know Seth wouldn't jump up for me. Now, we may have a couple asterisks when I'm going through some stuff in here. So, as in, I need to take that one off too. This crate's a little wider. It's not a real crate. It's a file cabinet. It's a file crate, which are great for storing records to flip through. I got to have my file crates to do flip videos. So, okay, this has got a lot of activity in it. So, let's go through this and figure out what's going on. I do have a KISS record in here I'm going to put up for auction. Let me find it. And I think a rainbow record. I think there's the rainbow. There's Europe. Let me find this KISS record. Well, this was from a first-time buyer. He did not pay for it, and I don't think we ever heard back from him. This is KISS Dressed to Kill. It was not cheap. There was a war going on, best I remember. Very nice copy. This may be from that Bowling Green stash. This is an original 75 PRC press. Blue Casablanca. Very clean vinyl. $45 start. KISS Dressed to Kill. $45 start on that. The cover shows a little bit of signs of wear, a little bit of ring wear there. Some of these high points of the KISS letters sometimes show wear. Looks like it has some sticker. The cover is about VG+. The vinyl's what's impressive. And that was a 75 PRC press. That was a $45 start. So that's our next auction. KISS DTK Dressed to Kill. James Bragg's at 82 on help. That's going once, going twice. 82 on help. Paul Bill said, hi, Seth Hackett. Off the top of your head, do you have all them witches? I do not have all them witches. And Chip's at 50 on Dressed to Kill. Paul, Seth said hi. These are some putbacks and non-payments. And some stuff I don't think I have priced yet. Lana Del Rey, Lust for Life, $49.99. Sturgill Simpson, Metamodern Sounds, $29.99. Those are both new and sealed. Nazareth, Rampant, VG Plus, $14.99. Nazareth, No Mean City, in shrink wrap with hype, $24.99, near mint copy. Nazareth 2XS, shrink wrap and hype, $24.99. Nazareth, The Full Circle, $19.99. Four Nazareth albums. REO Speedwagon, 9 lives, VG Plus, $14.99. Rainbow, Final Vinyl. Rainbow is $39.99, 2 LP for Rainbow. Ziggy Stardust, new and sealed, $31.99. David Bowie, A Divine Symmetry, new and sealed, $31.99. Rush, Power Windows, $36.99. Toto, Hydra, $19.99. And Lightning Hopkins, Dirty Blues, 1972, $59.99, Lightning Hopkins. Help is sold to James Bragg for $82. Help, I need somebody. Help, not just anybody. KISS is at 55 with James Bragg. Is Ziggy the 2017 repress? Yes, this is the, yes, this is one of the new, it says made in Germany. It actually has a barcode over, the copyright on the back's 2015. But that's a recent, February 21st, that's something we've recently got back in, so yes. Meatloaf, Bat Out of Hell in shrink wrap, $34.99. Nirvana, Incesticide, 2 LP, 45 RPM, $59.99. Europe, Wings of Tomorrow, Europe is $34.99. Pantera, Vulgar Display of Power, colored vinyl, $34.99. Dressed to Kill, Chip Hall's in at $60. Rush Hemispheres, $36.99. U2 Octung Baby, $49.99. Dress to Kill 60, Dress to Kill 70. Toby Grimm on Nirvana. That's sold to Toby Grimm. Nigel Del Rocket was second. We actually may have another one of those in the Nirvana bin. I'll have to check, though. Dress to Kill's at 70. Nigel, I've got you second on Nirvana, but I'll see if I have another one. James Bragg first on Pantera. And the band, The Last Waltz, is $74.99. The band, The Last Waltz. This is a 3LP remaster. $74.99 on that. Rush Moving Pictures, that is new, brand new, 180 gram DMM, $36.99. Boston, Don't Look Back, EX copy, Japanese, $39.99. This is, I test played this. Yeah, I've got 3 damaged records here. I got 3 damaged records, Metallica, Black Album, ZZ Top, and Rush. I'll show those in just a second. Here's another Nirvana for Nigel Del Rocket. Nigel, I've got you one. Sherry Darnell wants The Last Waltz. That's sold to Sherry Darnell. Chip Hall, let me know if you're in or out on Dress to Kill. Now, this is not for sale, but I want to let everybody know that we have a waiting list on it. This is Rush, self-titled box set. They're $59.99. I have none to sell, but we've ordered them, and we should be getting them soon. They're $59.99 if anybody wants on the wait list. Now, I was pulling box sets the other night. Down here at the bottom of the screen where my hand is are 3 box sets that should be on sale, like I was discounting all the other ones. But these are, I'm not going to discount them half off like I was the other ones. If so, I'll keep them myself, because all 3 of these, I think I already have a white album, but I'll keep a sealed one before I sell it half off. And I think I already have Concert for George, but I'll sell it. I'll keep a sealed one before I sell it half off. And I know I don't have a Star Wars. So let me show it first. This is Star Wars A New Hope 40th Anniversary Box Set, 3 LP, featuring a Death Star 3D holographic experience, 40th anniversary, and a 48-page book. This is $149.99. It's almost been here 1 year. I will take $125 for it. I'll take $125. That's a Star Wars A New Hope, the original Star Wars 77 box set soundtrack. John Williams, of course. $125 on that. 48-page book. Logo etching. 3 LPs. That's $125. Same thing for the White Album. I will do $75 on that. That's the 4 LP with the Escher demos, which are incredible. The Escher demos, $74.99. Check that out. Those are incredible. That's when, of course, the Beatles went to India, and basically while they were over there, I don't know if these were recorded there or no, as soon as they came back, George Harrison's place, that's where the word Escher comes in. These are like the original demos of the White Album. There's some of these that are just as amazing as the final cuts that were actually on the album. Go listen to those. This is going to Michael Nath. That is $75 to Michael Nath. I guess I'm not going to keep a sealed one of those. And then Concert for George. This has been here almost 2 years. I can't discount it because I enjoy it so much myself. This is a 4 LP, but one-time price. It was $125, $110. This is a 4 LP box set, the Concert for George, which has Jeff Lynne, Tom Petty, Eric Clapton, Paul McCartney, Ringo Starr, Billy Preston. That is 100 and whatever I just said. What did I just say? 115. 115 on that. And Star Wars, those are pretty firm prices on those two for sure. Sometimes I buy our own inventory here if it gets too cheap. So, James Bragg is at 110 on Dress to Kill. Chip, let me know if you're in or out. And Brandon, I can't remember what I said on Star Wars. What did I originally say? I can't remember. John Sheehan wants Concert for George. And Tanner, that is 115. And Prince. I don't know if he played... I think you might be thinking about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's sold. I said 125 on Star Wars. Yeah. 120 will be my absolute best price on that, Brandon Lack. 120. So, if you don't remember, sell it for 100. Can't do that. Okay, Dress to Kills at 120. We got to put this up for auction. Keith Whitley. This is I Wonder Do You Think of Me? This is sealed, correct? Keith Whitley, I Wonder Do You Think of Me? What is this just casually doing in this bin? I Wonder Do You Think of Me? Keith Whitley. $125 start. This is sealed. This is sealed. Keith Whitley, I Wonder Do You Think of Me? $125 start on that. Okay, Dress to Kills at 120. That's going twice, going 3 times with Chip Hall. Says since James Bragg's out. Michael Nass said he'll take the Star Wars for 120. Brandon, ball is in your court. Yours for 120. If not, Michael Nass. Wow, the 3 box sets I was going to keep. That's why I never show stuff I'm going to keep, because it ends up selling anyways. Brandon says he'll take it for 120. Now, Michael, if I ever go home and check my collection, I have so much I've put back, I don't know what I have. If I have another one of these, I know I have one opened. If I have another one already sealed, consider it sold to you. Okay, Keith Whitley's $125 start. Guns N' Roses is $99.99. Guns N' Roses is $99.99. OG press and shrink wrap, extremely nice. Appetite for Destruction in shrink wrap. Original inner sleeve. That is $99.99. GNR in shrink wrap. Appetite for Destruction. And the contains language which may be unsuitable for some listeners. Gerard is offering $25 for Boston. Gerard, I will do $30 on that if you want it. $30 on the EX Boston Don't Look Back Japanese. We've got 2 of these. They're $49.99. George Strait's Greatest Hits. Vintage / OG copies. MCA. Very clean. George Strait's Greatest Hits. $49.99. James Bragg wants Guns N' Roses. That's sold to James Bragg. Let's go ahead and tag Dress to Kill to Chip Hall for $120. George Strait is $49.99. And this was a putback. The Allman Brothers Eat a Peach, $39.99. Super clean Capricorn press, as in near mint minus vinyl, VG Plus cover. All right, and Gerard, actually we have 2 people who offered, what did I say, 30 on Boston? Kevin also offered 25. I'm at 30 on that. And then if Gerard passes, Kevin, you can have it. And let's run through these titles one more time. Chip Hall wants Eat a Peach. Chip Hall gets Eat a Peach. Michael Bohannon, you're second. Keith Whitley is $125 start. That crate really thinned out, especially with the box sets gone. Let's go through these one more time. I think these are stuff that never got priced, put back, stuff we mistagged. It's kind of an all-in. That was new arrivals up front. The Keith Whitleys and George Straits and Guns N' Roses. Those are all new arrivals. Lana Del Rey, Lust for Life, $49.99. Sturgill Simpson was $29.99. We got the 4 Nazareth albums. And I think originally I sold these to somebody for a bundle price. So we can do 10, 20, 20, and 15. That's 10, 30, 50. If anybody wants all 4 of these for $65, that's $20 off if anybody wants those for $65. REO Speedwagon, 9 Lives. That was a VG Plus $14.99. Rainbow Final Vinyl, $39.99 for Rainbow. This is very nice copy, as in near mint minus on Rainbow. David Bowie was new and sealed, $31.99. David Bowie Divine Symmetry was new and sealed, $31.99. Rush Power Windows, new and sealed, $36.99. The Big Money. Toto Hydra, $19.99. Lightning Hopkins, Dirty Blues. Can't believe this is still here. 1972 on the mainstream label, $59.99. Meatloaf is still here in shrink wrap. You know how many people come in all the time saying, where is Meatloaf at? I need a copy of Bad Out of Hell. That's a repress label, but it is near mint. Sell Paul Brothers Sturgill for $29.99. That one's not stickered, but it's $29.99. Europe is in shrink wrap. Wings of Tomorrow, $34.99. Rush Hemispheres, $36.99. I'll put it back here with the other new vinyl. U2 Octung Baby, that's also new, $49.99. Rush Moving Pictures is $36.99. That's new and sealed. Speaking of that, this was a defective record. I've test played it. I actually play it quite often here in the store, but I was going to see if anybody wanted to buy it. Right here, side 1 with Inner Sandman and Sad But True and Holier Than Thou. There is a mark which came like that from the factory. It came like that from the factory. It does not skip, but it makes a click. Now, this is a 2 LP record, and I've been listening to disc 2 like on repeat. The God That Failed, My Friend Misery, that side, Through the Never. That disc is near mint. These originally are $39.99. If anybody wants this one, it is got a mark on it. It does have a scratch. $24.99 for the Black Album. $24.99 for the Black Album. And I kind of hate to sell it because I listen to it all the time here in the store. I've probably played it 10 times, especially late at night when I'm trying to fight sleep. You know, it's like blasting my eardrums. Josh Ragland, how much was Bat Out of Hell? That was $34.99, Josh. $34.99. Next comment was Susie on Rush. Susie, do you want power windows or hemispheres? Or moving pictures? I got 3 in there, Susie. Whoville wants to know the Lightning label. That is mainstream. Let's see here. Green mainstream. Very clean vinyl. As in near mint minus. That vinyl looks very impressive. It does have a corner bump here. There's a kind of an ugly corner bump on it. Okay. Stadium Arcadium is $99.99. We got 2 copies left. Susie Breedlove wants a moving picture. Sell that to Susie. And Lightning Hopkins was $59.99. Keith Whitley is, I missed another comment. Lightning label, how much was Keith Whitley? $125 start, which if you bid, you'll probably end up buying it at this point. I wonder, this title always messes with me. I wonder, do you think of me? I want to say, I wonder if they're thinking about me, because this was released after his death. Exactly, Seth. Adam Stein says 7284 OG. That's maybe why this is not a 72. Maybe that's why this is in a putback bin. This was Adam's originally, and he says it's an 84, not a 1972. That's why it's in a putback bin. That's a 1984 and not a 1972. Thank you, Adam. That's why this is in a putback bin. It's a 1984, not a 1972. Lightning Hopkins Dirty Blues. So, Whoville, I'll make sure you want that. If not, we may have to re-discogs that and figure out exactly what's going on there. Fred said 25 on Meatloaf. Let me make sure whoever else, Josh doesn't want it for 25. If not, because he never did say yes or no, sell that to Fred for 25. Is Keith a club? Any saw marks? Not a club, no saw marks. This is a sealed retail copy, no saw marks, no push, no cutouts. Sealed. Yeah, I don't know if they made Keith Whitley club copies. There is no Keith Whitley club. All Keith Whitley albums are OGs or retail. No club Keith Whitleys. Europe, $29.99. Yes, that's what I was trying to do. Josh gets Meatloaf for $25. Kelly gets Europe for $29.99. Okay, somebody make an offer on Lightning Hopkins, because I think that's what happened. We had this one mistagged with the wrong. So, Whoville, if you want to make an offer, I'll probably sell it to you at this point. And then that left the 2 George Strait's greatest hits for $49.99. And Boston is I told somebody I'd take $30 for that. That's an EX Japanese copy. EX Japanese copy. That was a pretty good bin. I'm glad I went through that one. We got a $40 offer on Lightning Hopkins, a $25 offer, and a $25 offer. Whoville has dibs. Michael Nath offered 40. Whoville, if you want to pay 40, I'll sell it to you. If not, I'll sell it to Michael Nath. That's the chain event. Brent would be third on that list if for some reason things don't work out. Kevin says he'll do 30 on Boston. So that's sold most likely to Michael for 40. Boston is sold to Kevin for 30. If anybody wants Keith Whitley, Mr. Whitley's $125. Quick backstory on Keith Whitley or his records. They have never been repressed. Whoville says he'll take it for 40. They have never been repressed. This is all that there is. They're well overdue, as in, I don't understand why. It's some kind of copyright, I think, between Sony and maybe his estate. Very complex situation, evidently, or they would be pressing these every day. Super in demand, super pricey because they've never been repressed. This is a sealed, and that is a $125 buy it now. So that's why, for those that don't follow country music too close, and plus, he died at a young age, and he was very popular. Fantastic voice, too, even though I'm not a country connoisseur. I see why people like him. Okay, let's see. We had a question about on sale new crate. Let's see here. Damaged Rush. There is no Damaged Rush. Oh, yes, this one. I hadn't got to test play this one. I listened to the good side. I hadn't got to listen to the scratch side yet. So, or have I? Camera eye. No, I hadn't listened to side 2. I listened to side 1, which is flawless. Let me listen to side 2, and I'll probably show that tomorrow. And then I hadn't got to listen to ZZ Top. So I'm going to lay those in pending over here. And the Black Album was $25 if anybody wants it. I may just keep that here at the store because, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I play it all the time. Well, I mean, there's a scratch, but it plays. Let me see. I really don't have that crate of on sale new vinyl ready, Jeff. But I do have a stack here of stuff. There's too much actually in this crate. Let me pull some out so I can. Let me pull some of these out so I can get to them easier. That's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to pull these out. And then I can flip through it easier. So let me just carry a handful over here to the table. The first record is a Beatles album. It is new and sealed. It's going to be $10 off at $39.99. $10 off at $39.99. $39.99. The Beatles #1s. Here it is. I've got 2 of them. 27 #1 hits. Those are new and sealed. They retail for $49.99. Those are $39.99. $39.99 on those if anybody wants one. The Beatles #1s. Let me set another crate. The rest of the Japanese stuff we have for tonight, which is not much, we've sold almost all of it, or we have sold all of it. I'm going to go through these as I buy it now. So that's our first on sale record. The Beatles #1s, $39.99. Don't make me read the track list, because then you'll buy one. $39.99. Okay. I had red vinyl, which we have 1 copy left. These are black vinyl. They're $19.99 if anybody wants one. Stone Temple Pilots Core, just $19.99. I've got 3 of them. I've got 3 of those available if anybody wants one. Stone Temple Pilots Core, $19.99. That's black vinyl. Also $19.99 is Neil Young, Hawks and Doves. Those are now on sale for $19.99. Ryan Rice, Bob Madine, and John Porter, all sold on Stone Temple Pilots. Those are sold for $19.99. Neil Young's Hawks and Doves, mastered from original analog tape, says the source code on the back. $19.99 for Neil Young, Hawks and Doves. $19.99. I've got 3 of those, Neil Young's. These are originally $60. They've been here 1 year. They're now $34.99. The Mars Volta, Francis the Mute on glow-in-the-dark, I guess that's green vinyl, and that was $34.99. $34.99. Mars Volta, green vinyl, Francis the Mute. Sherry Darnell wants a Beatles #1. That is $39.99 to Sherry Darnell. I've got one of those left. Sherry Darnell also gets a Neil Young for $19.99. So $39 and $19. And then first to the Mars Volta was Tony Doyle and Tony Shore. Tony Doyle and Tony Shore. Those are $34.99. Mars Volta, Francis the Mute, glow in the dark. I think that's green vinyl. Now, these, I don't want to discount too much, but you might want to take advantage of these because I think they're all analog and they're numbered from the Runout Groove, which I'm going to sell these for $32.99, which is $5 off. This is the Monkees' first album from the Runout Groove. We got numbers 44 and 46. I'm going to sell those for $32.99. The Monkees, self-titled. And that should be the Runout Groove. That should be all analog on that. $32.99. Okay. Let's see here. Brian Sharkey, he wanted a Young, and then he says he's going to pass. Red Hot Chili Peppers Stadium Cranium Snoop for $80, first-time buyer. John, you're making an offer on new vinyl, especially kind of new releases or new inventory, and we really don't discount those, anything new. And we are also $60 apart. So I know I can't discount Stadium Arcadium, and Snoop Dogg is our only copy, and that album's back out of print. So I would love to sell those to you, but they would have to be at sticker price. Susie wants a Monkees, and so does Brian Sharkey, and those are $32.99. Where is Stadium Arcadium? Those are in our very first crate, which is now right here. I've got two of them. They are $99.99. 4 LP, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Stadium Arcadium, $99.99. And Snoop Dogg was $39.99. Okay, so that leaves 2 Neil Youngs and the Beatles. And I have one other Monkees, and this one is $39.99. This is the Runout Groove, numbered Monkees, analog. So it's 2 LPs. It's the original album, which is in analog, and then it has the bonus disc with outtakes, and that is $39.99. That's more of the Monkees. Runout Groove gatefold. They also ship their LPs in between the jacket, so they don't get seam splits, which is a genius idea, and I don't know why everybody else don't do that. Makes perfect sense to me. Those are $39.99. Okay, so I have an entire crate. That was just some stuff I pulled out so I could flip through them. We need to take a break. That is not colored vinyl. Brian Sharkey's going to take one for $39.99. This is not colored vinyl. No, this is not colored vinyl. We got to take a pause. I've got to get new stuff ready for part 2. We got plenty more to go through. So during part 2, I'm going to sort that on sale new vinyl bin. I promise. Don't let me forget. We'll have that. Number 2, 50% off vintage stuff, just like always during part 2. And then we'll run a few more auctions of stuff I've got set behind the counter that I just walk by and start to. So that's what's going on with those records. We've got on sale 50% off. We've got Japanese auctions continued. And we'll do some recapping. It's 10:16. We'll be back at 10:45, 10:50. About 10 till 11. About 30 minutes from now. Usually 30, 35 minutes because we kind of get set back up at 30 minutes, and then by the time we go live and y'all find the video, it'll be about 10 till 11. Kind of a weird time, but that's what we'll be doing for part 2. Thanks, and we will see you then. Please come back. The key word there was on sale vintage. That's what everybody likes to hear.